Chapter 159. Does this Tang Ao really think that I, Xiao Gudao, won't dare to touch him? In Xiao Gudao's residence, Xiao Gudao slammed his palm on the table. Xiao Gudao already knew about Tang Ao's actions today. During the intercourt competition, Tang Ao used the sole of his shoe to knock out his subordinate, Duan Batian. This was not a slap to Duan Batian's face, but a provocation. It was a challenge to Xiao Gudao, and this was something that Xiao Gudao could not tolerate. Senior brother Xiao Gudao, you must avenge me tomorrow. That Tang Ao is really too hateful. Duan Batian was currently lying on Xiao Gudao's bed. He had already taken a healing pill, but the bruise on his face had not disappeared. Don't worry, Batian. I will definitely avenge you tomorrow. That bastard, Tang Ao, won't be able to stay arrogant for long. It seems like I didn't teach him a lesson on the Destiny platform last time. This time, I will make him regret going against me. Xiao Gudao comforted Duan Batian. Senior brother Xiao Gudao, I will thank you here, Duan Batian said gratefully. While the disciples here were planning their revenge, the situation on the other side was completely different. Junior brother Tang Ao, you really are an amazing person. You used the sole of your shoe to knock out Duan Batian in front of so many inner court disciples and elders. I believe that Duan Batian will take a detour when he sees your shoe in the future, Lu Yi said loudly while clinging onto Tang Ao's shoulder. Senior brother, you flatter me. If it wasn't for that hateful Duan Batian, I wouldn't have done this to him. This is the first time I've used such a method, Tang Ao said with a bashful smile on his face. Bullshit, junior brother Tang Ao. You're still trying to cover up in front of senior brother? I've already heard from below the arena that you made a name for yourself on the first day you joined the 7 Kills Sex Outer Sect. It's not good to hide it from senior brother. Lu Yi scolded jokingly as he looked at Tang Ao. Damn, this is what that guy said. Senior brother, let me tell you, this person, good news doesn't leave the door, but bad news travels 1,000 miles. Why do they only spread the news about me, using the sole of my shoe to slap people? Why didn't they spread the news about me, taking first place in the outer sect competition? Tang Ao said indignantly. Junior brother Tang Ao, that's enough. Lu Yi patted Tang Ao's shoulder and said, that won't do. The more I think about it, the angrier I get. Senior brother, tell me who spread the news about me. I'll use the sole of my shoe to slap him. Let's see if he dares to spread the news about me in the future. Perhaps this was fate. Tang Ao had already completely let go of himself in front of Lu Yi. No, I can't say that. Junior brother Tang Ao, let's go to the outer sect to have a look. I haven't been there for a long time. We can also ask about your glorious deeds in the outer sect. Cultivating in the sect is more or less boring. We can also hear about your glorious deeds, Lu Yi said with a laugh. Senior brother Lu Yi, that's not good, Tang Ao said with a bitter smile. What not good about it? Who are we? Let me tell you, junior brother Tang Ao, if senior brother knows about it, I'll just be happy. At most, I'll make 8 or 10 versions of these things about you. Then, I'll open a storytelling place in inner sect. I'll collect some things from one person and then tell it to everyone. Speaking up to here, Lu Yi laughed happily. That won't do. Tang Ao's attitude changed all of a sudden. Why not? You won't let me say it. Lu Yi asked. Bullsh asterisk T. Let me tell you, senior brother, if you make up 8 or 10 versions of my story and then earn some resources in the inner sect, I won't object, but you have to give me 70% of the resources you earn. Since you're my senior brother, just give me 60%. When it came to earning resources, Tang Ao's attitude changed all of a sudden. The money grubber Tang Ao didn't care about reputation at all. In the face of resources, any reputation could compare. Tang Ao wanted to say, how much do you think reputation is worth? I don't want it all. I'll sell it all to you. As long as you pay a good price, I, Tang Ao, can sell anything except my body. You money grubber. I want 70%, so I'll give you 30%. After all, it takes a lot of brain power to make up 8 or 10 versions. Lu Yi began to bargain with Tang Ao. That won't do. Senior brother, you have to know that every time you talk about my glorious deeds, my reputation will probably be ruined. In the end, I won't get any resources, and I'll become the disciple with the worst reputation in the Seven Kills sect. What should I do? Tang Ao was now very excited to bargain with Lu Yi. You take 40%, I'll take 60%, Lu Yi said. I'll take 60%, you take 40%. Tang Ao bargained again. I'm telling you, junior brother Tang Ao, you can't do this. At most, I won't tell you anymore. Lu Yi suddenly couldn't take it anymore. Senior brother, don't. Those are resources. Why don't we split it 50 to 50? Let's split it 50 to 50. Tang Ao's expression changed. He didn't want the resources that had almost entered his storage ring to fly away. Okay, deal. But no matter what I say in the future, you can't stop me. Lu Yi nodded. Okay. Tang Ao quickly nodded. Unbeknownst to him, Tang Ao's nod today had caused generations of Seven Kills sect disciples to know that their sect once had a perverted patriarch who especially liked to use the soles of his shoes to spank the buttocks of female disciples. In that era, Tang Ao's reputation was simply a mess. Tang Ao and Lu Yi talked about business along the way. When they arrived at the outer sect boundary of the Seven Kills sect, both of them were very happy. Tang Ao was happy because a large amount of resources would enter his storage ring in the near future. On the other hand, Lu Yi was happy because he was about to find Tang Ao's glorious deeds in the outer sect and then spread it in the inner sect. Hey, junior brother, wait a moment. Lu Yi couldn't wait to grab the first outer sect disciple he met in the outer sect boundary. Senior brother, what's the matter? The outer sect disciple saw that Lu Yi was wearing the inner sect disciple uniform of the Seven Kills sect and immediately asked respectfully, Junior brother, do you know Tang Ao who just entered the inner sect from your outer sect not long ago? Lu Yi looked at the outer sect disciple and asked, I know. The outer sect disciple nodded. Did Tang Ao use the soles of his shoes to leave a mark on the face of an outer sect disciple on the first day he entered the Seven Kills sect and then established his reputation? This time, Lu Yi turned on the familiar mode again. Junior brother, tell me, that outer sect disciple who was slapped by junior brother Tang Ao is really pitiful. He lost so much face in front of so many outer sect disciples. If it were me, I wouldn't know how to live. Lu Yi said happily. He didn't notice that with every sentence he said, the outer sect disciple's face darkened a little. Chapter 160. The outer disciple clenched his teeth and said, My name is Wang Lin. This disciple that Lu Yi suddenly stopped to ask about Tang Ao wasn't the one that Tang Ao slapped in the face with the bottom of his shoe. Wang Lin? Lu Yi excitedly said, Junior apprentice brother Wang Lin. Do you know the junior apprentice brother that was slapped in the face by junior apprentice brother Tang Ao? I want to meet him and see what kind of person junior apprentice brother Tang Ao slapped in the face was. At this moment, Tang Ao's voice suddenly came. Little brother, so it's you. How did you meet senior apprentice brother Lu Yi? Big brother. Wang Lin's voice trembled when he saw Tang Ao. Although Wang Lin was very grateful to Tang Ao for giving him a lot of cultivation resources, the shadow left in his heart was too deep. Lu Yi turned around and looked at Tang Ao. After hearing that Tang Ao knew Wang Lin, he was very happy. Junior apprentice brother Tang Ao. You know this junior apprentice brother Wang Lin? Come. The two of you lead the way. Let senior apprentice brother meet the junior apprentice brother that was slapped in the face by you. Tang Ao whispered, Senior apprentice brother Lu Yi. The person I slapped was junior apprentice brother Wang Lin. What? Lu Yi's brow twitched. He immediately shouted, Junior apprentice brother Wang Lin, this is really fate. I didn't think that the rumored unlucky junior apprentice brother would be you. Sorry for the disrespect. Senior apprentice brother Lu Yi, let's not talk about slapping the face. We can still happily be fellow apprentice brothers. Wang Lin felt very helpless. In terms of cultivation level, he couldn't beat Lu Yi and Tang Ao. In terms of status, he was an outer disciple of the Seven Kills sect, so he couldn't compare to Tang Ao and Lu Yi's status as inner disciples. Therefore, facing these two unscrupulous senior apprentice brothers who completely suppressed him, Wang Lin could only accept it. Who told him to be inferior to them? Junior apprentice brother Wang Lin. Don't be shy. Isn't it just getting slapped in the face by junior apprentice brother Tang Ao? It's nothing, Lu Yi continued. Wang Lin couldn't resist, so he could only silently wipe away his tears and swallow his tears. Who told him to be weaker than her? I, Wang Lin, swear that if one day my cultivation level surpasses these two heartless senior apprentice brothers, I'll hang them up and beat them. Then I'll strip them naked and hang them on the Heaven's Fate platform for half an hour. No, 1 hour. This was Wang Lin's true thoughts, but it was almost impossible. Junior brother Tang Ao. At this moment, a voice was heard. Tang Ao immediately knew who the owner of the voice was. He turned around and greeted, Senior brother Fuyang, long time no see. The person who came was none other than Fuyang, one of the few people in the Seven Kills sect who had a good relationship with Tang Ao. It's junior brother Fuyang. Lu Ye's eyes lit up when he saw Fuyang. He didn't expect Tang Ao to have such a good relationship with Fuyang. That's right, junior brother Tang Ao. This time, your name is spread in our Seven Kills sect. I have to say, it can be said that no one has ever dared to slap someone with the sole of a shoe in the inter-sect competition. Fuyang had just returned to the Seven Kills sect today. The moment he entered the inter-sect, he heard about Tang Ao's glorious deeds in the inter-sect competition. He didn't know whether to laugh or cry, so he went to look for traces of Tang Ao. Tang Ao stood in front of Fuyang and scratched his head in embarrassment. He said shyly, Senior brother Fuyang, wasn't it Duan Batian who provoked me first? I just wanted to teach him a lesson. Fuyang looked at Tang Ao and scolded. Enough. Why are you acting shyly in front of me? Do you think I don't know you? Duan Batian has Xiao Gudao behind him. You better be careful tomorrow. If he bullies you in the sect competition, tell me. I'll beat him up. Senior brother Fuyang, why are you so worried about your junior brother? Let me tell you, everyone will improve. I don't dare to say anything else, but my cultivation base has been improving in the lower realm. I believe I'll be able to beat up Xiao Gudao tomorrow, Tang Ao said as he patted his chest. Keep bragging. Fuyang didn't take Tang Ao's words seriously. He thought Tang Ao was just bragging. Junior brother Fuyang. Lu Yi suddenly appeared in front of Tang Ao and Fuyang. Senior brother Lu. Fuyang greeted respectfully with a hint of surprise in his eyes when he saw Lu Yi. Senior brother Lu Yi. You know my senior brother Fuyang? Tang Ao could tell that Lu Yi and Fuyang were old acquaintances, but he couldn't tell what their relationship was. Senior brother Lu, you're back from the mundane world. Fuyang seemed very respectful in front of Lu Yi for some reason. Junior brother Fuyang, we're both disciples of the Seven Kills sect. We're brothers. You don't have to be so reserved in front of me, Lu Yi said unhappily when he saw how respectful Fuyang was. I don't want to be disrespectful, but who in the Seven Kills sect who knows about your deeds would dare to be disrespectful? What you did back then was not a small matter, Fuyang said inwardly. What? Senior brother Lu Yi, it looks like there is something between you and senior brother Fuyang that I don't know about. Can you tell me? Tang Ao looked at the two of them and subconsciously interrupted. It's nothing much. Back then, I didn't know any better and did something shocking in our Seven Kills sect. Due to that, the disciples of our Seven Kills sect became overly cautious towards me. Later on, I went down to train myself, Lu Yi said nonchalantly. Wang Lin also came over. What is it? Can you tell me? What does it have to do with you? Go to the side. Tang Ao slapped Wang Lin's head. Wang Lin felt the pain and didn't dare to ask more. Senior brother Lu Yi, why don't you tell junior brother about it? Junior brother is very curious about senior brother's past. Tang Ao shamelessly asked. I just beat up the seventh elder. Lu Ye's words were light, but Tang Ao and Wang Lin were no longer calm. Beat up the seventh elder, Tang Ao suddenly shouted. Tang Ao didn't know the strength of the other elders of the Seven Kills sect, but Tang Ao knew about the 5th, 6th, and 7th elders of the Seven Kills sect. All three of them were veteran experts who had been at the 9th level of the origin refinement realm for tens of years. They cannot be said to be weak, but Lu Yi actually beat up the 7th elder many years ago. How could Tang Ao not be shocked? At the same time, this also meant that Lu Yi was definitely at the 9th level of the Origin Refinement realm, or even half a step into the Sea of Souls realm. Senior brother Lu Yi, I thought you had made a small mistake. I didn't expect it to be a shocking crime. Compared to you, junior brother's deeds really pale in comparison. I worship you. Chapter 161. The next day, Tang Ao, Lu Yi, Fuyang, and Wang Lin came to the arena. Originally, Wang Lin wasn't qualified to come to the inner sect, but now that a demon like Lu Yi was here, no one bothered about it. Junior brother Tang Ao, Xiao Gudao will come looking for you today. You humiliated his subordinates yesterday, so he definitely won't be able to take it lying down. Fuyang said to Tang Ao absent-mindedly as he looked at the 2-7 kills sect inner disciples fighting on the arena. Let him come. We don't know who will win anyway, Tang Ao said indifferently. Lu Yi looked at Tang Ao and asked, how confident are you in defeating Xiao Gudao? More than 70%. Tang Ao was very confident in his current strength. 70% was built on the fact that Xiao Gudao had improved during this period of time. Of course, Tang Ao wouldn't say this out loud. The morning had almost passed, and Xiao Gudao finally appeared on the arena. Tang Ao, come up and fight me. Xiao Gudao stood on the arena and stared at Tang Ao. If his gaze could kill, Tang Ao would have been killed many times. Okay. Contrary to Xiao Gudao's expectations, Tang Ao readily accepted the challenge. In Xiao Gudao's plan, Tang Ao would be timid and then be goaded into the arena. Tang Ao's figure moved and appeared on the arena, facing Xiao Gudao. The scene was similar to yesterday, but Tang Ao was facing Xiao Gudao, who was ranked 40th on the Dragon and Phoenix ranking, instead of Duan Batian. You humiliated Duan Batian here yesterday? Xiao Gudao looked at Tang Ao and asked. That's right. Do you want to avenge Duan Batian? Tang Ao nodded. You're wrong. In my eyes, Duan Batian is just a piece of trash. His greatest value is to give me a reason to attack you. Xiao Gudao looked at Tang Ao and said, in that case, you didn't provoke me because I defeated Duan Batian. Tang Ao caught a hint of something unusual in Xiao Gudao's words. That's right. Are you curious about who your enemy is? Unfortunately, I won't tell you. You'll never know. After Xiao Gudao finished speaking, 10 life souls appeared above his head. This time, he planned to use all his strength to keep Tang Ao in the arena. I'm not curious about who's behind me. I only have a few enemies, and there are even fewer who can make you attack. Even if you don't tell me, I can roughly guess who it is. Tang Ao's eyes suddenly glowed as he looked at Xiao Gudao with fighting spirit. The indestructible green lotus appeared above Tang Ao's head. The 100 battle spear soul landed in his hand, and the 8 treasures goose plume saber soul released a terrifying saber aura. This time, when facing Xiao Gudao, Tang Ao still only revealed his 3 life souls. You're looking down on me. You'll pay the price. Xiao Gudao was infuriated by Tang Ao's actions. As the primordial energy in his body circulated, Xiao Gudao had already rushed in front of Tang Ao. Xiao Gudao's 5 elemental power erupted at that moment. Tang Ao wasn't afraid of Xiao Gudao's powerful attack. The 100 battle spear soul danced in his hand as he activated the phenomenal success spear force. The 100 battle spear soul collided with Xiao Gudao's ghost head saber life soul. After the two collided, Tang Ao took 5 steps back, while Xiao Gudao took 4 steps back. Your strength has increased so quickly. A look of surprise flashed in Xiao Gudao's eyes. The last time they fought, Tang Ao had barely reached the 3rd elemental power. With the augmentation of the phenomenal success spear force, it was only the 4th elemental power, which was 1 elemental power weaker than him. And just now, when Tang Ao collided with him, he could sense that Tang Ao's strength was about the 5th elemental power. In just over a month, Tang Ao had actually increased his elemental power by 1 elemental power. Is that all you have? Tang Ao stood there with the 100 battle spear soul in front of his chest. He looked at Xiao Gudao with intense, fighting spirit in his eyes. We just started fighting. My current strength is definitely not something you can estimate. Xiao Gudao looked at Tang Ao, and his aura suddenly changed. Now, Xiao Gudao was emitting the aura of the sixth firmament of the elemental refinement realm. Sixth firmament of the elemental refinement realm. Tang Ao was not surprised that Xiao Gudao's cultivation had increased during this period of time. After all, Tang Ao was ranked 40th on the Dragon and Phoenix leaderboard. No matter how one looked at it, Xiao Gudao's talent was definitely not bad. Prepare to die. Xiao Gudao moved. His speed was even faster than before. As he waved the ghost head saber life soul in his hand, a ferocious ghost howled. Its might was many times stronger than before. Tang Ao stood on the spot. The 100 battle spear soul in his hand emitted a fierce, murderous aura. The phenomenal success Azure Dragon Nether Shadow Spear was activated, and a blood-colored Azure Dragon flew out from Tang Ao's 100 battle spear soul. On one side was a roaring, ferocious ghost, and on the other side was a blood-colored Azure Dragon. The two collided in the arena, stirring up a cloud of dust. Below the arena, some of the 7 Kills sect disciples with insufficient cultivation were shaken by the shock waves produced by the collision, causing blood to flow out of their mouths and noses. Amidst the dust, Tang Ao's 100 battle spear soul constantly clashed with Xiao Gudao's ghost head saber soul. Both of them had about 50,000 kilograms of strength. Under the constant attacks, the arena was already filled with ravines. Tang Ao, I didn't expect you to be able to last so long in my hands. After Xiao Gudao and Tang Ao fought for dozens of rounds, Xiao Gudao suddenly retreated. He stood 30 feet away from Tang Ao, and the two stared at each other. If you want to fight, then fight. Xiao Gudao, you talk too much nonsense. Tang Ao was having a good time fighting, but Xiao Gudao suddenly retreated. This naturally made Tang Ao unhappy. Then let's do it again. The life souls behind Xiao Gudao began to flicker. 3 life souls fused with Xiao Gudao, causing Xiao Gudao's aura to increase significantly. You have some skill. Tang Ao pricked up his brows when he saw Xiao Gudao's aura increase significantly. However, this didn't mean that Tang Ao was afraid of Xiao Gudao. Azure Dragon Nether Shadow Spear was activated. Coupled with the phenomenal success stage Spear Force, the blood-colored Azure Dragon that lingered around the 100 battle Spear Soul became even more ferocious. Is that all you know? Xiao Gudao looked at Tang Ao with a disdainful smile. He quickly brandished the Ghost Head Saber Soul in his hand. Every strike was a killer move. Let's wait and see. Tang Ao's 100 battle Spear Soul constantly responded to Xiao Gudao's attacks. However, the 100 battle Spear Soul was ultimately a corporeal body condensed from life souls. It wasn't as powerful as a real divine weapon. After such a battle, Tang Ao's 100 battle Spear Soul was already slightly damaged. This had a huge negative impact on Tang Ao's condition. Chapter 162. With the 8 treasures Goose Plume Blade Soul in his hand, Tang Ao's imposing manner did not decline at all. He looked at Xiao Gudao with eyes filled with fighting intent. Activating the Silver Frost Tyrant Blade, Tang Ao's 8 treasures Goose Plume Blade Soul and Xiao Gudao's Ghost Head Blade Soul continuously collided. Tang Ao and Xiao Gudao were both trying to break each other's blade techniques. The strength of the two were almost equal, but Tang Ao's martial skills were still slightly inferior to Xiao Gudao, who came from a prestigious clan. So after 100 moves, Tang Ao fell into a disadvantage. Tang Ao die. Night Walk of 100 Ghosts. Xiao Gudao roared. The Ghost Head Sword Soul in his hand was surrounded by strong Yin energy, and inside that Yin energy, there were ghosts howling and screaming. This is not my 7 Kills sex martial skill. What level of martial skill is this? 5th Elder Lin Jiang, who was on the high platform, suddenly stood up when he saw Xiao Gudao's move. This is the Xiao clan's martial skill. Xiao Gudao is the Xiao clan's 2nd young master. This is something he brought out from the Xiao clan. The second elder had a good understanding of Xiao Gudao's origin. The power of this move is not small. Can that kid Tang Ao withstand it? The fourth elder looked at the scene on the stage as he frowned. Look, I will make my move at the critical moment. The second elder spoke, calming down the fourth elder and fifth elder Lin Jiang. This martial skill looks extraordinary. I can't hide it anymore. The 8 treasures Goose Plume Blade Soul in Tang Ao's hand returned to his back. The world Overlord Axe Soul appeared in his hand. Tang Ao no longer intended to hide his true strength. Xiao Gudao, look at my 9 overlapping wave axe. Tang Ao held the world Overlord Axe Soul in both hands. Every time he swung his axe, a ghost would dissipate in the air. Xiao Gudao, it's time for me to retaliate. Every time Tang Ao brandished his axe, his imposing manner would increase by a notch. When all the ghosts in the sky dissipated, Tang Ao's imposing manner also reached its peak. 9 overlapping wave axe, the final strike. The world-conquering axe soul in Tang Ao's hands blossomed with an overbearing aura chi, as the huge axe blade followed Tang Ao's movements as it approached Xiao Gudao. When the huge axe blade of the world Overlord Axe Soul was about to touch the body of Xiao Gudao, a shield appeared in front of Xiao Gudao's body. After withstanding Tang Ao's attack, the shield fell to the ground. You lost. If you didn't have that shield to protect your life today, you would definitely be a corpse now. Tang Ao did not take back his world Overlord Axe Soul. He pointed the world Overlord Axe Soul at Xiao Gudao and spoke in a very domineering manner. I actually lost. Xiao Gudao did not know if it was because his move was broken by Tang Ao, causing his life soul to be damaged, or because he lost to Tang Ao. Either way, he spat out a mouthful of blood. Xiao Gudao actually lost to this Tang Ao. It seems that a dark horse has appeared in the 7 Kills Sects Intersect this year. I wonder what rank Tang Ao would be if he were to enter the Dragon and Phoenix list. The 7 Kills Sects disciples who were watching from below the arena were naturally shocked by the results of the battle in the arena. The strength he displayed should be around the 30th rank of the Dragon and Phoenix list, but I'm not sure if his strength is only what he displayed. A 7 Kills Sects disciple who was on the Dragon and Phoenix list muttered to himself as he looked at Tang Ao's figure on the arena. It seems that our rankings on the Dragon and Phoenix list will change over the next few days, another disciple who was on the Dragon and Phoenix list said. Junior brother Tang Ao's current strength is much stronger than when I first met him. Back then, he was only at the 3rd tier of the body tempering realm. It's only been half a year, and his cultivation has truly crossed a major realm. His strength is even more unfathomable, Fuyang mumbled as he looked at Tang Ao in the arena. This junior brother Tang Ao has really given me a pleasant surprise. I was planning on blocking Xiao Gudao's move, but I didn't expect junior brother Tang Ao to have yet to use his ultimate move. Lui narrowed his eyes as he looked at Tang Ao. Big brother Tang Ao is already so strong. His talent is really too strong. This won't do. I have to work harder. Although I'm also close to the threshold of the elemental refinement realm, my cultivation speed is really too slow compared to big brother Tang Ao. The outer disciple, Wang Lin, looked at Tang Ao's loud voice and decided that he had to work even harder in the future. This kid is really surprising. On the high platform, Lin Jiang saw the result of the match and stood up in excitement. Second elder, your eyes are really frighteningly good. If it was yesterday, I would have looked down on this kid. But now, that has completely disappeared. With the cultivation of the 3rd tier of the elemental refinement realm, he defeated Xiao Gudao, who was at the 6th tier of the elemental refinement realm. This isn't something an ordinary genius can do. The 4th elder stared at the 2nd elder as he spoke. The 2nd elder looked at Tang Ao and said, "This shouldn't be Tang Ao's full strength. With his current cultivation, he has at least 6 fate souls. In addition to today's battle, he has already displayed 5. This means that this kid Tang Ao has at least 1 fate soul that he has yet to reveal. With his talent, the fate soul he is hiding is definitely not an ordinary one. You all should know how much a good fate soul can increase one's strength." The second elder stared at Tang Ao for a while, and then said a lot in a serious manner. That Tang Ao's true strength is still unknown, another elder said. On the high platform, the disciples and elders of the Seven Kills sect began to discuss the shock that the match between Tang Ao and Xiao Gudao had brought them. Tang Ao, I lost, but I don't accept it. One day I will defeat you. Xiao Gudao looked at Tang Ao. His attitude seemed to have changed. Also, let me tell you, the person who asked me to target you in the Seven Kills sect is a woman named Qin Yueshuang. She is the fiancée of Xiao Ho Lin Yuan, the descendant of the Xiaoho family. She sent me a message to target you in the Seven Kills sect and monitor your actions. Xiao Gudao revealed the reason why he wanted to target Tang Ao. Qin Yueshuang? I haven't even settled the score with her, but that woman came to me first. I mentioned the 3-year agreement. From the looks of it, she already has fear in her heart. Otherwise, with her personality, she wouldn't have sent someone to deal with me. Tang Ao ignored Xiao Gudao as he muttered to himself and thought. Tang Ao, I apologize to Xiao Gudao for targeting you in the past, but one day I will personally defeat you. Xiao Gudao stood up and held his chest as he said that to Tang Ao before leaving the arena. Don't think I don't know the reason why you told me the truth was to infuriate me. At the same time, you want me to face an enemy I can't shake. Or perhaps you wish for me to die at the hands of the Xiaoho family. That way, all of this would have nothing to do with you, Tang Ao suddenly said. His voice wasn't loud, but Xiao Gudao heard him clearly. Chapter 163. It was already late at night, and the Seven Kills sect's inter-sect competition during the day had temporarily come to an end. All the disciples had returned to their residences to carefully comprehend their gains during the day. Tang Ao was no exception. When he fought with Xiao Gudao during the day, Tang Ao could be said to have used most of his means, but it was still not easy for him to win. This made Tang Ao's light-hearted heart sink. My cultivation is currently at the 3rd level of the Origin Refinement Realm. The possibility of advancing to the next level in a short period of time is very small. If I want to improve my strength, I need to develop in other aspects. Tang Ao sat cross-legged on the bed and thought very seriously. The martial techniques I currently have are the Mystic Centipede Leg Heaven's Eye Art, Azure Dragon Shadow Spear, Ice Crystal Sword, Silver Frost Tyrant Saber, and 9-layered Wave Axe. Among them, the 9-layered Wave Axe of the Azure Dragon Shadow Spear has already been cultivated to the Greater Mastery stage. The other martial techniques can only be considered familiar, and there's still a long way to go before they reach the Greater Mastery stage. In the short term, I won't be lacking in martial techniques. Tang Ao began to take stock of his means. Because of the 7 kill slaughtering art, I don't have high requirement for weapons. Generally speaking, my materialized life soul is enough. Besides, I also have an immortal grade divine bow, so I don't lack in this aspect. Then how can I improve my strength now? Tang Ao realized that he seemed to have fallen into a dead end. Since it's very difficult for me to raise my strength in a short period of time with the means I currently have, why don't I consider increasing my strength? I now have 7 life souls. If I add another life soul, I believe my strength will greatly increase. Tang Ao sat on the bed and pondered for a long time. He finally understood the crux of the matter. Without hesitation, Tang Ao began to condense his qi. After a while, he felt his consciousness seem to be pulled and then penetrate an invisible membrane. At this time, Tang Ao had already arrived at the 1st level of the colossal world. Tang Ao's footsteps did not stop at all as he began to move towards a higher level. To put it bluntly, the life souls in the first 10 levels of the colossal world were no longer of any use to Tang Ao. In other words, Tang Ao could no longer pass the life soul test. After passing the barrier between the 10th and 11th levels of the colossal world, Tang Ao felt an invisible pressure on his body. However, in his current state, he did not take this invisible pressure to heart. Back then, in order to awaken a good life soul, I worked hard in the vast thousand world. I almost died several times. But now, I can come and go as I please in the first 15 heavens of the vast thousand world. Life is unpredictable. The world is unpredictable. Standing on the 15th level, Tang Ao looked at the life souls in the colossal world and said with some emotion, I already have a life soul at this level, so this is not my destination. Tang Ao muttered before he headed towards the 16th level of the colossal world. Tang Ao easily broke through the barrier of the 16th level of the colossal world, but Tang Ao encountered a certain obstruction when breaking through the barrier of the 17th level of the colossal world. Finally, Tang Ao stopped in front of the barrier between the 17th and 18th levels of the colossal world. Tang Ao knew that the life soul he was going to awaken today was very likely behind the barrier between the two levels of the colossal world. As long as Tang Ao could break through this barrier, he would definitely be able to awaken a life soul that he was satisfied with today. Charge! Tang Ao made up his mind and rushed towards the unfamiliar barrier. The moment he touched the barrier, Tang Ao felt a powerful pressure. Tang Ao gritted his teeth and began to break through the barrier. Tang Ao could feel that when he broke through this barrier, every inch of his body seemed to be crushed. This kind of pain was something that Tang Ao had never experienced before. No, I don't believe it. I must barge in today. When half of Tang Ao's body squeezed into the 18th level of the colossal world, he lay down and felt that his body was beginning to lose its strength. He roared and planned to make a final struggle. The 18th level of the colossal world. I, Tang Ao, am here. When Tang Ao's body completely entered the 18th level of the colossal world, Tang Ao could feel the pressure on his body disappear. However, the injuries caused by the forceful breakthrough did not disappear. I've finally reached the 18th level of the colossal world. I want to choose a suitable life soul to greatly increase my strength in a short period of time. As Tang Ao thought to himself, he didn't stop walking. He was already wandering around the 18th level of the colossal world. Suddenly, a stream of light flew past Tang Ao. Even though Tang Ao pushed his eyesight to its limits, he only managed to capture a shadow. The life souls of the 18th level of the colossal world are indeed powerful. I'll definitely be able to choose a satisfactory life soul today. As Tang Ao walked, he had already seen more than 10 life souls of good quality that weren't suitable for him. Although those life souls weren't suitable for Tang Ao, this had already revealed a piece of information to Tang Ao. The life souls in the colossal world were all of excellent quality. Once he found a formatted life soul, it would be of great help to increase Tang Ao's strength. Tang Ao had already searched for 4 hours in the 18th level of the colossal world. He had encountered many high-quality life souls, but unfortunately, he still hadn't found a life soul suitable for Tang Ao. Tang Ao, just want to find the 8th life soul. Is it really that difficult? Tang Ao shouted indignantly in the 18th level of the colossal world. What's that sound? Tang Ao suddenly heard a subtle sound. To be precise, the sound came from far away. Tang Ao faintly felt a special meaning from this subtle sound. It seems that the owner of this sound was fated to be with him. Tang Ao didn't expect that the owner of this sound was fated with him. Let's go take a look. Tang Ao made up his mind. Tang Ao walked a long distance and finally arrived beside the owner of the voice. However, what Tang Ao saw shocked Tang Ao. In the colossal world's 18th level of the colossal world, several high-quality life souls were constantly charging towards a spot as though they were facing a formidable enemy. As the witness of this shocking battle, Tang Ao had already made up his mind. He had already decided what his 8th life soul would choose. At this moment, no matter how many difficulties and obstacles there were, Tang Ao wouldn't care. Since he had already taken a fancy to that life soul, he definitely wouldn't let it go. Chapter 164. What was truly shocking was that the 5 or 6 life souls were attacking the blood-colored dragon soul. Tang Ao stood in the distance and watched the battle. He was lucky enough to be a spectator of the battle. It was unknown how long the battle lasted. In any case, Tang Ao dared to say that he had never thought that ownerless life souls would fight in the vast thousand worlds. Moreover, the outcome of losing the battle was absolutely tragic. When there was only the blood-colored dragon soul left in the area, Tang Ao walked over. Looking at the blood-colored dragon soul, Tang Ao began to release his consciousness. His idea of his eighth life soul was this blood-colored dragon soul. Roar! The blood-colored dragon soul let out a high-pitched roar. Tang Ao could clearly feel a sense of resistance. Become my life soul, and I will let your name spread in another world. Tang Ao's voice was completely different from before. His voice was now filled with a kind of power, or rather, it was not Tang Ao who spoke, but another him. In a vast thousand worlds, the blood-colored dragon soul was in the 18 heavens. With a roar, it rushed into the distance. I've decided on you. Tang Ao sneered as his figure shuttled through the 18 heavens. After an unknown period of time, a blood-colored stream of light descended from the sky. It was a stream of light from the vast thousand worlds. Who is this? The awakened life soul can be said to be the strongest that can be awakened under the spirit sea realm. In the depths of the Seven Kills sect, the Seven Kills sect master, who had not appeared in front of outsiders for a long time, opened his eyes. Clearly, he had sensed the stream of light caused by the life soul's awakening. This place is the inner sect. I'm going to take a look. With a thought, the Seven Kills sect master could no longer be found. In Tang Ao's residence, the blood-colored stream of light shone on Tang Ao's body. At that moment, Tang Ao's body was suffused with a red glow. It was a scene caused by the turbulence of qi and blood, but Tang Ao did not seem to notice it. He was still immersed in his own world of consciousness. There was a spear, an indestructible green lotus, a saber, a giant axe, an arrow, a separation hook, and a long rope. What was truly eye-catching was a giant blood-colored dragon. Its huge body filled Tang Ao's sea of consciousness, and it exuded a different kind of majesty. You'll be here from now on, Tang Ao's consciousness said to the bloody dragon soul. Roar! The crimson dragon soul let out a roar as if to show off its status. When Tang Ao's consciousness returned to his body, Tang Ao immediately opened his eyes. Two beams of light shot out from his long-closed eyes, leaving two bottomless holes as thick as a thumb on the hard ground. My eighth life soul, the sanguine dragon soul. Awakening such a life soul has really increased my strength. I'm now certain that Xiao Gudao is definitely not my match. He can't even withstand a single strike from me. Tang Ao looked at his fist and clenched it in the air. The air was highly compressed, producing an explosive sound. Little guy, you are the one who awakened the life soul just now. A voice suddenly sounded in Tang Ao's ears. Who is it? When Tang Ao heard the voice, he immediately stood up and constantly scanned his surroundings. You'll be able to see me when you come out. The voice sounded again. May I ask who's playing such a joke on me? Tang Ao left the room and scanned his surroundings before saying. In this short period of time, Tang Ao understood one thing. The mysterious guest's strength was no longer on the same level as his. The other party was much stronger than him. I'm right here. Can't you see me for yourself? Just as he said that, a voice appeared a few dozen feet away from Tang Ao. Greetings, Senior. Seven Kills sect's inner sect disciple, Tang Ao. Tang Ao looked at the mysterious guest with a sizing-up look in his eyes. The guest's clothes were very ordinary. It was impossible to tell which faction he was from. If he were placed in a crowd, he would likely be the type that couldn't be found. Let me ask you, were you the one who awakened the life soul just now? The guest asked Tang Ao. That's right. Tang Ao didn't hide anything. Under such circumstances, it would be easy for the other party to kill him. Furthermore, the other party hadn't done anything yet. From the looks of it, even if they weren't friends, they couldn't be enemies. Then let me see what kind of means a little guy like you, who has awakened a life soul from the 18th level of heaven and above, has. With that, the guest moved. He didn't use any of his life souls. In fact, Tang Ao couldn't even sense any spirit qi fluctuations. He was like an ordinary person as he struck out in front of Tang Ao. Tang Ao wasn't afraid in the face of the mysterious guest's attack. The indestructible green lotus sword soul appeared behind him. The three indestructible sword bodies emitted a sharp sword chi as they formed a triangle to meet the attack. The newcomer's punch was very slow, but when the three invincible sword bodies were a foot away from his fist, they were unable to advance any further. Moreover, as his fist moved, the three invincible sword bodies were also retreating. So strong. A look of surprise flashed in Tang Ao's eyes, but his hands didn't stop moving. With the 8 treasures goose feather saber soul in hand and the silver frost overlord saber activated, he still couldn't advance an inch away from the guest's fist. The world overlord axe soul and the 9-layered wave axe also failed. The 100 battle spear soul and the azure dragon nether shadow spear couldn't get close. In just a few breaths, Tang Ao had already used most of his attacks, but he couldn't get within a foot of the mysterious guest. Let's fight. A ruthless look flashed in Tang Ao's eyes. The 100 battle spear soul, indestructible green lotus, 8 treasures goose feather saber, shooting sun arrow soul, world overlord axe soul, 1,000 ghost soul, farewell hook soul. 7 life souls appeared behind him. The spirit chi in Tang Ao's body suddenly changed, and a murderous aura spread out from his body. 7 kill slaughtering art. The mysterious guest felt the change in Tang Ao's aura and raised his eyebrows. He immediately revealed the origin of Tang Ao's cultivation method. He was also very familiar with the 7 kill slaughtering art. Let me see how good your 7 kill slaughtering art is. The 7 kill slaughtering art in Tang Ao's body was running wildly, and his 7 life souls kept buzzing behind him, as if they were announcing their battle intent to their master. 7 kill slaughtering art kill. Tang Ao roared, and the 7 life souls behind him flew out at this moment. Each life soul emitted a murderous aura. Tang Ao was already in a bloody battle. Chapter 165. In the inner sect of 7 Kills sect, Tang Ao lay on the ground, and the mysterious guest stood in front of Tang Ao. Everything about him was the same as when he arrived. There was no change at all. Little guy, you're really not bad. The mysterious guest looked at Tang Ao, and there was praise in his voice. He was very satisfied with the Tang Ao in front of him. I hope that the next time we meet, you will have grown to a point that I'm satisfied with. At that time, you'll be able to take on some responsibilities. The mysterious visitor looked at the unconscious Tang Ao. After he finished speaking, he disappeared from this place. I hope that the next time we meet, you will have grown to a point where you can satisfy me. The next morning, Tang Ao woke up from his coma. He looked at his surroundings and was slightly stunned. Then, he instantly understood what had happened. Last night, after Tang Ao awakened the dragon soul of bloody battle, a mysterious guest suddenly appeared and attacked Tang Ao. Tang Ao used most of the methods he could use at the moment, and in the end, he used the 7 kill slaughter art. However, he was still no match for the mysterious guest. In the end, Tang Ao was exhausted and fainted. Then, the mysterious guest left as well. If it weren't for the fact that his primordial chi had been used up, Tang Ao wouldn't have believed that he had fought with someone last night. To be more precise, he had been completely abused by someone. I wasn't injured, and that person didn't try to poison me. Then, what is his purpose in fighting me? Could it be that he is simply itching to find someone to bully? Tang Ao thought thoughtlessly. What is the background of that mysterious visitor? To be able to come and go as he pleases in the inner sect of the 7 Kills martial school, his cultivation must be at least at the peak of the Sea of Souls realm, or even higher. Tang Ao thought seriously. When he determined that the mysterious visitor's strength was above the spiritual ocean tier, Tang Ao himself was shocked. He was surprised why he would have such a thought. Cultivators above the Sea of Souls realm can already leave the Eastern Domain and go to further places to cultivate. There shouldn't be any cultivators above the Sea of Souls realm who would ruin their future and stay in a backward place like the Eastern Domain. Tang Ao tried to suppress the thoughts in his heart. I don't care about this anymore. I'd better recover my vitality first. Tang Ao could not help but shake his head when he sensed that there was not a single strand of energy left within his body. This was not a good state for cultivators. Back in his room, Tang Ao sat cross-legged on the bed and began to recover his yuan qi. The ancient God moving sky technique was activated. All 365 meridians in Tang Ao's body lit up. Strands of vitality flowed out from these meridians and circulated along a specific path. Finally, it gathered in Tang Ao's spine. As the strands of vitality melted into Tang Ao's spine, Tang Ao could feel every inch of his flesh being nourished. His spine was no longer pure white. Now it was like a white jade. In some places, the spinal cord could already be seen. As Tang Ao's body was being nourished, the surging natural energy rushed towards him like a tide. Every pore on Tang Ao's body expanded. He was like a bottomless well that began to crazily absorb the natural energy to nourish his meridians that had no yuan qi at all. The ancient God-moving sky technique was not only a body-tempering mystic technique, but it was also a powerful qi-tempering mystic technique. Streams of heaven and earth spiritual energy were refined by Tang Ao and turned into yuan qi, which began to replenish Tang Ao's yuan qi deficit. Comfortable, as the yuan qi continuously filled Tang Ao's meridians, Tang Ao let out a sound that would easily make people think otherwise. Although it was not normal for Tang Ao to say these two sounds, Tang Ao was currently feeling very comfortable. After an hour, the yuan qi in Tang Ao's body was finally completely replenished. Moreover, Tang Ao could feel the yuan qi in his body becoming more and more condensed. It was obvious that the exhaustion and coma this time had brought great benefits to Tang Ao. After stopping cultivating, Tang Ao could feel that the yuan qi in his body had not only recovered to its original amount, but it also increased significantly. It even showed signs of advancing to the next realm. The peak of the third level of the yuan refinement realm was only a step away from the fourth level of the yuan refinement realm. If Tang Ao wanted to, he could break through to the fourth level of the yuan refinement realm in the next second, but Tang Ao did not do so. He had just broken through to the third level of the yuan refinement realm a few days ago. If he broke through to the fourth level today, it was very likely that his realm would become unstable. It might not be inappropriate for a short period of time, but if he did so, one day in the future, Tang Ao might regret it for the rest of his life because of today's momentary happiness. When Tang Ao walked out of the room, a shadow swept past and landed directly on Tang Ao's body. "You're back." Tang Ao looked at the shadow that landed on his body and revealed a smile. "That's right." Little Kong looked at Tang Ao and said in a tender voice. That day, after Shao Kong wolfed down the 800-year-old herb and returned to the foot of the Seven Kills sect, she felt that there was something wrong with her body. She immediately bade farewell to Tang Ao and left. "How's your body?" Tang Ao casually asked this question. "It's unprecedentedly good. That 800-year-old herb brought me great benefits," Shao Kong said. "How great? You'll definitely know when it's time for you to know. Right now, I don't want to say it." Shao Kong's thunder temper could not help but appear again. "All right, Tang Ao, you incompetent master actually started to care about me. Could it be that you still haven't given up on me? Let me tell you, even though I will take human form in the future, I can't accept a relationship that transcends species, so..." Shao Kong's voice suddenly became very strange. "What are you thinking about?" Tang Ao tapped Shao Kong's head. With regard to Shao Kong's behavior of talking about a relationship that transcends species, all Tang Ao could do was to respond with a forehead full of black lines. "You really don't want to give up, you damn pervert. I want to stay away from you." After Shao Kong was tapped by Tang Ao, not only did she not restrain herself, but she also shouted even louder. "Let me tell you, if you continue to talk nonsense, I'll stew you into soup. I heard that snake stew is not bad," Tang Ao said as he licked his lips cooperatively. You perverted master. Not only do you like me, but you also want to abuse me. Why am I so unlucky to have such a master? Shao Kong's tender voice carried a hint of sobbing. If this was said by a weak girl, it would definitely make Tang Ao's heart ache for 0.1 seconds. However, this voice came from the mouth of a snake. Why was it so abnormal? Chapter 166. The intersect competition is about to end. Next is the competition for the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. Tang Ao, Lu Yi, Fuyang, and Wang Lin appeared in the outer sect of the Seven Kill sect. The first to speak was Fuyang. Fellow apprentice brothers, I actually have a question that has been bottled up in my heart. After interacting with them for the past few days, Wang Lin found that these senior apprentice brothers were very easygoing. If he had to pick a fault, it would be that their mouths were a bit mean, which was why he had the courage to ask. The one to answer was Lu Yi. What is the question? Ask. Why is our 7 kill sect's intersect competition so? Wang Lin was a bit hesitant at the end. Do you want to ask why our 7 kill sect's intersect competition is so casual? Lu Yi immediately understood what Wang Lin wanted to ask. That's right. Look at the intersect competition these past few days. Any random inner disciple would either go up and settle their grudges or wait for someone to challenge them. I really don't understand this kind of intersect competition that is similar to fighting in a ring. Wang Lin looked at Lu Yi. He had been thinking about this question for several days, but he still didn't understand why. The one who explained was Fuyang. Haha, junior apprentice brother Wang Lin. As your senior apprentice brother, I'll tell you that the intersect competition is actually for the inner disciples to vent their frustrations. Everyone is in their teens or 20s, so although they are all disciples of the 7 Kill sect, there will inevitably be friction. Although the intersect competition is a competition in name, it is actually for them to settle their grudges. Lu Yi added, inner disciples will go down the mountain to complete missions. If 2 disciples with grudges go on a mission together, it will be hard for them to not get along. One side might even try to harm the other. If an accident happens, it won't be a good thing for the sect or the disciples themselves. There's an unwritten rule in the sect that as long as no one dies on the arena of the inner court competition and there's no malicious destruction of cultivation, the sect's elders won't care. So in the inner court competition, disciples who have enmity with each other will compete. Firstly, it's to test your strength, and secondly, if you win, you can vent your anger. Moreover, because you're disciples of the same sect, they won't go too far, and at most, they'll just mock you. I understand now. This way, not only can we resolve the conflict between the sect's disciples, but the sect's disciples won't be hurt too much. After all, in the 7 Kill sect, only senior brother Tang would dare to slap people with the soles of his shoes. Wang Lin immediately understood after hearing Fuyang and Lu Ye's words. But what if there is enmity between the two of them, and the side that was originally in the right loses? Then you can only say that he's not strong enough. The position and resources in the 7 Kills sect all depend on the disciple's own strength. The sect gave you a chance to settle your grudge, but you lost. Who can you blame? You can only say that you didn't work hard enough. Although this may make some disciples hate each other more and more, it is already able to greatly reduce the internal strife in the sect. Wang Lin asked, but isn't the inner court competition to see how strong the inner sect disciples are? Can't we see anything from this kind of competition? Junior brother Wang Lin, I feel like you can write a book. I even thought of a name for the book. Lu Yi said as he held Wang Lin's shoulder. What's his name? Fuyang was interested. The name of the book will be The Cultivation World's 100,000 Whys. The main character will of course be our junior brother Wang Lin. After Lu Yi finished speaking, he began to laugh. Fuyang was amused when he heard this. Senior brother Lu Ye's mouth had always been so sarcastic. He had heard that the reason why senior brother Lu Yi beat up an elder was because Lu Ye's mouth had angered Elder Rin. In the end, that tragic elder was taught a lesson by Lu Yi. Senior brother Lu Yi, can I take the liberty to ask a question? Wang Lin looked at Lu Ye's face and resisted the urge to tear it off, throw it on the ground, and stomp on it. Although he didn't want to, he couldn't beat the 3 of them. Go ahead and ask. Did you get bullied by someone in the art of talking back then? That's why you have such a mouth. In my opinion, someone left a shadow in senior brother's heart. Wang Lin wasn't afraid of death as he started to argue with Lu Yi. Eh. A terrifying figure suddenly appeared in Lu Ye's mind. He forgot to retort to Wang Lin's words. Wang Lin suddenly shouted, "I'm just saying. Senior brother Lu Yi, don't tell me I'm actually right." What? Senior brother Lu Yi was bullied by someone in the past? Oh my god. Senior brother Lu Yi is a fierce person who dared to beat up an elder. What kind of person could bully senior brother Lu Yi? I'm afraid that person must be a demon. These were Fuyang's thoughts. It has to be said that the more honest a person was, the more likely there was a little demon inside their heart that would explode at any moment. Right now, Fuyang's two-faced heart had been stimulated. Senior brother Lu Yi, is what Wang Lin said true? Tang Ao suddenly became interested. I'm telling you, it doesn't exist. Lu Yi have been the 7 Kills sect for so many years, and I've never been afraid of anyone. Lu Yi put on a strong front. Oh, so that's how it is. Tang Ao and Fuyang looked at each other. They both understood the meaning in each other's eyes. Tang Ao let out an exaggerated cry. Then I'd like to ask senior brother Lu Yi to tell me how our 7 Kills sect judges the strength of a disciple. Wang Lin was very serious about finding a way out of this situation. He was afraid that Lu Yi would suddenly become angry and attack. He didn't doubt that Lu Yi would do the same thing as Tang Ao. Thinking about it now, Wang Lin's face hurt. Do you know about the Dragon and Phoenix rankings? Lu Yi naturally took this opportunity to get out of this situation. I do. Wang Lin nodded. In fact, the Dragon and Phoenix rankings determine the strength of an inner disciple. After the inner sect competition every year is the competition for the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. If you want to prove your strength in the 7 Kills sect, the best way is to get a good ranking on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. Fuyang added, and because of the inner sect competition, most of the disciples have revealed their strength, so a lot of people don't participate in the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. That's why the Dragon and Phoenix rankings don't take too long, so it saves a lot of time. So that's how it is. I wonder what senior brother Lu Ye's ranking is on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings? Wang Lin didn't disappoint the title Lu Yi had given him. I'm no longer on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. I've been in the 7 Kills sect for more than 10 years. My name will no longer be on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. This is the rule of the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. Everyone only has 10 years to prove themselves. Chapter 167. How many days until the competition for the Dragon and Phoenix ranking starts? 100,000 Ys asked again. Wait, 10, 9, 3, 2, 1. When Lu Yi finished counting down, a loud bell rang in the sky above the 7 Kills sect. Now you know. Senior brother is indeed worthy of being a person who has been on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings for 10 years. You have such a precise grasp of when the competition will start. Junior brother admires you. Wang Lin felt that it was inappropriate for him to reopen Lu Ye's old scars. In order to reduce the risk of him being abused, he shamelessly began to flatter Lu Yi. The competition for the Dragon and Phoenix rankings has started. Let's go take a look and fight for a spot on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. Tang Ao, who rarely spoke today, finally spoke. The moment he suggested it, the others agreed. The 4 of them walked toward the inner sect. The disciples of the 7 Kills sect gathered in front of the Heaven's Fate platform. However, there were a lot more disciples here than during the so-called inner sect competition. That was for sure. The inner court competition was a place for people to resolve their conflicts. Not everyone disliked each other. Naturally, there would be some people who would not participate. After all, most people wanted to enter the Dragon and Phoenix rankings to prove themselves. So, it was better to save some energy before the Dragon and Phoenix rankings battle. On the Heaven's Fate platform, the 7 elders of the 7 Kills sect appeared. With the head elder in the lead, the other 6 elders stood on either side of the head elder. The competition for the Dragon and Phoenix rankings is about to start. Disciples, get ready, the head elder said indifferently. He then passed the authority to the other elders. After all, speaking was not the head elder's specialty. The competition for the Dragon and Phoenix rankings is held once a year in the inner sect of the Seven Kills sect. I believe you all know the rules, but I still have to say it here. The third elder stood out at this moment. Among the 7 elders of the Seven Kills sect, the head elder and the second elder were only responsible for the sect's affairs. The fourth elder was responsible for punishments. The fifth elder, the sixth elder, and the seventh elder were responsible for the outer sect elders. Therefore, the third elder had become the spokesperson. The first rule of the competition is that you are not allowed to harm your fellow sect members. In other words, you can fight, but you have to be gentle with your attacks. If you have the strength, go fight against the enemy sect. The second rule of the competition is that no underhanded moves are allowed. In fact, this is similar to the first rule. If you really want to play tricks, you might as well go and fight with the enemy forces. I'll just say that if you play tricks with the enemy sects, they'll bully the weak. At most, I'll go all out and fight with them. After saying this, the third elder moved on to the next one. Below the Heaven's Mandate platform, Tang Ao and the others had already arrived. They just happened to hear the third elder say that they could ask him for help if the opponent bullied the weak. This was the first time Wang Lin had met the third elder, so he couldn't help but say, "My goodness, I thought the elders were all cold-faced people like the sixth elder. I didn't expect there to be someone like the third elder. This third elder is really a passionate person." This was the first time Wang Lin had met the third elder, so he couldn't help but speak. Lu Yi looked at the third elder. His tone was very strange. This little old man still hasn't changed after all these years. He will always attack people. It looks like he can't change his bad temper. Is the third elder really not afraid of leading our 7 Kills sect disciples astray? When Tang Ao heard the third elder casually attack people, black lines appeared on his forehead. In just a few short sentences, the third elder had already exposed his true nature as a troublemaker. The inner sect disciples are already used to it and have no fear under the third elder's leadership. Fuyang showed a rare hint of playfulness. Wang Lin's voice echoed. Even senior brother Fuyang is becoming playful. It looks like the third elder really has a personality. That's right, senior apprentice brother Lu Yi. Which elder did you beat back then? Wang Lin's voice echoed. Lu Yi's voice suddenly became low. Cough, cough, don't mention those things. They are all in the past. Tang Ao began to fan the flames. Who is it? Senior brother Lu Yi, just tell us. We promise we won't leak it. You two don't need to ask. I won't tell you. It looked like Lu Yi wasn't going to tell them, even if they beat him to death. Senior brother Lu Yi. Tang Ao and Wang Lin shouted at the same time. I'm not listening. I'm not listening. Toward his chanting, Lu Yi shamelessly covered his ears. Fuyang reminded them, you two should be quieter. Why are you making so much noise in such a serious situation? Tang Ao immediately changed his attitude and reprimanded Wang Lin. Wang Lin, be more serious. Oh, but you just... Wang Lin felt very wronged. Tang Ao scolded again. Shut up and be serious. Oh. Wang Lin nodded. Earlier, that guy Tang Ao was clearly more cheerful than he was. How come all the mistakes were his fault? Could it be that just because he was weaker than you, he didn't have any human rights? Wang Lin felt very uncomfortable, but he could only helplessly endure it. The third rule of the competition, don't touch female disciples. Is that it? Both of you are in the prime of your lives, so it is inevitable that there will be some budding feelings between men and women. However, the competition of the Dragon and Phoenix rankings is a serious matter, so you guys have to be careful. Don't touch female disciples. If you really do, the minimum punishment will be 3 years, and the maximum punishment will be indefinite. What's going on? After hearing the third elder's words, Tang Ao was confused and looked at Fuyang. Fuyang awkwardly explained, about this, we are all men, so you should know that men can be impulsive sometimes. A few years ago, there were people in the outer sect who were impulsive, but they didn't succeed. Then, the fourth elder created a small black room in the 7 Kills sect and set a minimum of 3 years and a maximum of indefinite imprisonment. Fuyang explained awkwardly. So that's how it is. Tang Ao nodded. The minimum punishment will be 3 years, and the maximum punishment will be indefinite. The price of being impulsive is not light, so everyone should be careful. Wang Lin didn't know why, but he suddenly said, "This third elder is indeed not serious." Agreed. +1. Seconded. There were other 7 Kills sect disciples beside them. After they heard Wang Lin's words, they directly expressed their opinions. Lu Yi suddenly added, "I remember that the third elder hates it when people say he is not serious, and he is very vengeful." Wang Lin's expression suddenly changed as he looked at the other 7 Kills sect disciples and asked, "Damn, I didn't say anything. Senior brothers, did you hear anything? I heard you say that the third elder is not serious. If this junior brother is found out by the third elder, you will be in trouble. You can only pray for good luck." A 7 Kills sect disciple revealed a wretched smile at Wang Lin. Agreed. +1. Seconded. At this moment, Wang Lin was in a mess under the Heaven's Fate platform. Chapter 168. There were actually only a few rules for the Dragon and Phoenix rankings, but our unserious elder explained so many of them. Of course, this wasn't important. The important thing was that the Dragon and Phoenix rankings were about to begin. The Dragon and Phoenix rankings were divided into 2 parts. The first was through battles between disciples. Once a disciple of the 7 Kills sect won 7 out of 10 battles, they would be qualified to advance to the finals. The finals would determine the approximate rankings. The second part was challenges. If a disciple wasn't satisfied with their ranking, they could challenge someone with a higher ranking. The challenged disciple couldn't refuse a challenge from a disciple of the same sect, but they could admit defeat. Wang Lin looked at the rules and asked, "How many battles do I have to fight to enter the Dragon and Phoenix rankings?" "I'm not sure. If your strength is weak and your ranking on the Dragon and Phoenix leaderboard is high, many people will challenge you. They want to use you to climb up. If you're in the last 10 places, you can be challenged by inner disciples. So, Fu Yang understood the rules of the Dragon and Phoenix leaderboard very well. Wang Lin let out a sigh. "It's so abnormal. If I'm really weak and lucky enough to enter the Dragon Phoenix rankings, it would be really miserable. Disciples who want to fight for the Dragon and Phoenix rankings can come to the Destiny platform and draw lots. This is a very fair method." When the third elder said this, he didn't believe it himself. Drawing lots was completely based on luck, and he couldn't see any fairness in it. Tang Ao and Fu Yang naturally went to the Destiny platform to draw lots. After working for a long time, every inner disciple of the 7 Kills sect had a bamboo lot in their hand. The Dragon and Phoenix rankings would not be fought on the Destiny platform, because there were at least a few hundred disciples participating. If all the 1v1 battles were fought on the Destiny platform, who knew how long it would take? When everyone arrived at the real arena, the 10 arenas had already been built. There are 2 familiar numbers on your bamboo lots. One is the number of your arena, and the other is your order of appearance. Now, the Dragon and Phoenix rankings will officially begin. After the third elder finished speaking, he flew into the air. Today was really uncomfortable for him. He hated speaking in situations like this the most. Once he spoke, he thought of a brat from many years ago. Arena 1, 3. Fu Yang looked at the bamboo stick in his hand. After looking at it clearly, he greeted Tang Ao and the others before heading to his arena. "I'm in the 9th arena, the 5th to fight." Tang Ao looked at the bamboo stick in his hand. Why did he feel that the numbers on the bamboo stick were a little awkward? 9 and 5. Why do these 2 numbers feel so familiar? Although he was a little confused, Tang Ao still headed towards the 9th arena. Tang Ao was the 5th to fight. There were 2 battles in front of him. Right now, the 2 7 Kills sect disciples on the 9th stage had already released their life souls and were about to start battle. "Senior apprentice brother Lu Yi, it seems there is nothing left for us to do here." Only Wang Lin and Lu Yi were left. "Isn't it obvious?" Lu Yi looked at Wang Lin with disdain. We can't be friends anymore." Wang Lin silently turned around and drew a circle to curse you. Tang Ao watched from below the arena for a while before the first battle ended. The second battle also ended quickly. For Tang Ao, these battles were really boring. After all, he was someone who had defeated Xiao Gudao, who was ranked 40th on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. The third battle was about to begin. Tang Ao directly went into the arena. His opponent was a disciple who looked a little older than him. That disciple had a bamboo stick in his hand with the numbers 9 and 6 written on it. My name is Si Chun, third layer of the origin refinement realm. Tang Ao's opponent looked at Tang Ao and greeted him. My name is Tang Ao, third layer of the origin refinement realm. Tang Ao was stunned at first. Then he returned the greeting. Begin. The battles of the Dragon and Phoenix rankings naturally had a referee. The referee was at the 8th layer of the origin refinement realm. He should have been a disciple many years ago and was now an intersect deacon. Brother Tang, I'm going to start. Sichin looked at Tang Ao and said in a simple and honest manner. Then, 6 fate souls appeared behind him. The lowest was at the 7th layer, and the highest was estimated by Tang Ao to be at the 12th layer. This kind of strength was not bad for a disciple of the 7 Kills sect, but it was not enough for Tang Ao. However, since Si Chun showed respect, Tang Ao couldn't be rude. He released his fate souls, the 100 battle spear soul, the indestructible green lotus soul, the 8 treasure goose plume sword soul, the hegemon axe soul, and the shooting sun arrow soul. The fate souls that Tang Ao had displayed in front of the world were released. This was probably a form of respect that Tang Ao had for his opponent. After all, Tang Ao had only used 4 fate souls to deal with Xiao Gudao. The saber life spirit on Si Chin's back landed in his hand. It was obvious that he had also cultivated a saber martial skill. With the saber life spirit in his hand, Si Chin used his footwork to attack Tang Ao. Tang Ao felt the aura of Si Chin's saber fate soul and raised his eyebrows. The 8 treasure goose plume sword soul landed in his hand. Coincidentally, the saber technique that Si Chin cultivated was also the silver frost tyrant saber. The two of them fought using the silver frost tyrant saber's moves. They exchanged blows, and the fate souls in their hands constantly collided. Be careful, Si Chun suddenly warned. Tang Ao felt a strong wind coming from behind him. He activated the mystic centipede kick, and his entire body disappeared. He landed a few feet away and looked at the tree vine that was sweeping up the strong wind. That was one of Si Chin's fate souls. It belonged to the nature element. When Tang Ao and Si Chun were fighting, Si Chun had secretly set up such a move. Then, when the two of them were fighting, the tree vine fate soul was immediately activated. Tang Ao looked at the tree vine fate soul and thought to himself that he had been careless. When they were fighting, he had indeed underestimated Si Chun. He had thought that it would be enough to use a portion of his strength to win the match. In the end, he had nearly failed miserably. I can't underestimate my opponent, Tang Ao warned himself. His gaze on Si Chun suddenly became sharp. Sensing Tang Ao's gaze, Si Chun couldn't help but smile bitterly. He seemed to have provoked a formidable enemy. However, the competition for the Dragon and Phoenix rankings hadn't ended. He hadn't lost yet, so he naturally wouldn't give up easily. Tang Ao circulated the mystic centipede kick and instantly approached Si Chun. He slashed out again and again. Si Chun held his life, soul, and constantly counterattacked. At the same time, his tree vine fate soul was constantly attacking from the side, searching for Tang Ao's weakness before striking out at lightning speed. It's here. Si Chin's tree vine fate's soul seemed to have found Tang Ao's weakness. Then, it erupted with astonishing speed and stabbed at Tang Ao. Perfect timing. A glint flashed in Tang Ao's eyes as his speed increased. Instantly, he disappeared from Si Chin's line of sight. Si Chun felt that Tang Ao's every strike was faster. He was completely unable to counterattack. You have lost. When Tang Ao stopped his actions, Si Chun had already reached the edge of the arena. As for his tree vine fate soul, it had been suppressed by the 3 indestructible sword bodies of Tang Ao's indestructible green lotus soul. Chapter 169. Not far from arena number 9, a woman and 3 men watched as Tang Ao walked down the arena. Luo Tsai stretched lazily, then blinked her beautiful eyes and said, "This must be the rising star of the intersect, Tang Ao. He looks quite interesting. She had been watching the battle between Tang Ao and Si Chen carefully. Although it looked like Tang Ao and Si Chen had fought for a while before winning, she, who had a special life spirit, could naturally see that Tang Ao had not used his full strength. According to Luo Tsai's guess, Tang Ao had only used about 50% of his strength, or maybe even less. Hearing Luo Tsai say this, the expressions of the three young men beside her immediately changed. The three of them had been pursuing Luo Tsai ever since they entered the inner sect, but Luo Tsai had no feelings for them. But now, the goddess in their hearts had suddenly become interested in a man. This was undoubtedly a bolt out of the blue for the three of them. What was more interesting was that the three people who were pursuing Luo Tsai at the same time looked 70% to 80% similar. Obviously, they were triplets. Luo Tsai looked at the three Fong brothers' passionate eyes and became very uncomfortable. I say, all three of you like me. If I really marry into the Fong family in the future, how awkward would it be for you three brothers to meet? Luo Tsai blinked her beautiful big eyes and said playfully. Because Luo Tsai was one of the top beauties in the inner sect, and her life spirit was extremely special, Luo Tsai could be said to have countless pursuers. Luo Tsai was very disgusted with some of her pursuers, but she did not hate the three Fong brothers. Hearing Luo Tsai's words, the eldest of the three brothers, Fong Xiuwen, became interested. If Sister Tsai marries me, you will be their sister-in-law in the future, and they will have to respect you. Without waiting for the eldest brother to continue, the second brother, Fong Xiuwu, rushed to say, if Miss Tsai marries me, she will become eldest brother's sister-in-law and third brother's sister-in-law. In the future, if big brother has any treasures, he will give them to you. Third brother will also respect you, and I will protect you. Hearing his big brother and second brother express their feelings, Fong Xiuling hurriedly said, Sister Tsai, if you marry me, you will become the sister-in-law of these two bastards. Your life is too bitter. Sister Tsai, you are so cruel. Why is your life so bitter? As Fong Xiuling spoke, he couldn't stop his tears from flowing. At this time, Fong Xiuling wiped his tears and said, but don't worry, big Sister Tsai. I won't let you suffer, even if I have to risk my life. After Fong Xiuling finished speaking, he glared at his eldest brother, Fong Xiuwen, and his second brother, Fong Xiuwu. It was as though he was going to beat them up at any moment. Hearing Fong Xiuling's words, Luo Tsai burst out laughing. She then slapped Fong Xiuling's forehead angrily. You're just a little kid, yet you're so mischievous. What are you thinking? I don't want to marry into your Fong clan. Fong Xiuwen and Fong Xiuwu's faces turned bitter, but Fong Xiuling laughed heartlessly. Ha ha, big sister Tsai finally doesn't have to suffer in the Fong clan. Looking at Fong Xiuling's heartlessness, Luo Tsai couldn't help but roll her eyes at him. Then I wouldn't have married you. When Fong Xiuling heard this, he burst into tears. Oh heavens! Oh earth! Why is Fong Xiuling's life so bitter? I've cultivated for 16 years. Why is big sister Tsai still unwilling to marry me? Fong Xiuling's voice was very loud. Once he finished speaking, it immediately attracted everyone's attention. Big sister Tsai? Could it be that junior sister Tsai is here? Could it be that my handsomeness has attracted my junior sister Tsai? Do you want to die? Junior sister Tsai is obviously mine. When did she become yours? Why? Do you want to fight? Come on up the arena. Do you think I'm afraid of you? Just as the two of them were arguing about Luo Tsai's ownership, Fong Xiuling slowly walked behind them. From what you're saying, big sister Tsai is yours. Isn't that obvious? This person said halfway and couldn't continue. Hee, senior brother Fong Xiuling, why are you here? It's only the first day of the Dragon and Phoenix rankings, but I didn't expect senior brother Fong Xiuling, who is in the top 10 of the Dragon and Phoenix rankings, to come. However, Fong Xiuling didn't seem to hear the person's words. From your tone just now, you're sure that big sister Tsai is going to marry you. Speaking up to this point, Fong Xiuling sighed. All right, come on up the arena. Let me see how capable you are to dare to marry big sister Tsai. As Fong Xiuling spoke, he threw this person onto an arena. A battle was happening on that arena, and there was a disciple who was about to fight on it. When this person saw the cultivator that Fong Xiuling threw onto the arena, he was instantly stunned. You are senior brother Jia Huadang, who is ranked 26th on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. I didn't expect my opponent to be you. This disciple was excited. To be able to fight with such a ruthless person, even if he lost, it wouldn't be in vain for him to come to the arena. Below the arena, the disciples who came to watch were also shocked. Looking at this senior brother Jia Huadang, who was acting strangely, everyone started discussing. Oh my God, is that really senior brother Jia Huadang, who is ranked 26th on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings? He actually came on so early. Nonsense. If that isn't senior brother Jia Huadang, who else in the intersect could use such a handsome posture to get onto the arena? Below the arena, Tang Ao was speechless as he looked at Jia Huadang, who landed on his face and flew onto the arena. Below the stage, Tang Ao was speechless as he looked at Jia Huadang, who landed face first on the stage. Wang Lin nodded in agreement. The intersect is indeed a place of geniuses. I have to work hard to enter the intersect as soon as possible. Little brother Wang Lin nodded in agreement. The intersect is indeed a place of geniuses. I need to work hard and enter the intersect as soon as possible. As Wang Lin spoke, he revealed a determined gaze. It was as if nothing could stop him from entering the intersect. Tang Ao patted his shoulder. Do your best. As my little brother, if you don't do well, then I, the big brother, will lose face as well. Wang Lin heavily nodded. Big brother, I definitely won't let you lose face. While everyone was still shocked by the posture of Jia Huadang, who was ranked 26th on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings, Fong Xiuling had already floated onto the arena. That's right, Fong Xiuling floated onto the arena. It was unknown what kind of movement technique he used, but he was actually like a willow catkin, lightly floating onto the arena. After Fong Xiuling went onto the arena, he said to the person opposite of Jia Huadang, Junior brother, go down for a bit. You'll go next. It wasn't easy for that person to fight someone ranked 26th on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. So how could he listen to Fong Xiuling? Fong Xiuling and the others were all experts in the top 10 of the Dragon and Phoenix rankings, but they were very low-key and rarely showed themselves. Because of this, only a few people at the top of the Dragon and Phoenix rankings knew Fong Xiuling's identity. This wasn't hard to understand. After all, out of the 30 days in a month, Fong Xiuling spent almost 20 days with Luo Tsai. The rest of the time he wasn't with Luo Tsai was because he was helping her with some matters, so it would be strange for others to see him often. Chapter 170. He's a strong cultivator. With how Tang Ao was able to suppress the 6th level of the Origin Realm, Fong Xiuling was still a strong cultivator. On the stage, Fong Xiuling had a headache when he saw that the disciple was unwilling to go down. After thinking for a while, Fong Xiuling took out a pair of true treasure gauntlets and gave them to the disciple. Junior, this is a high-quality true treasure gauntlets. Go down. The disciple thought about fighting Jia Huadang and didn't pay attention to Fong Xiuling's words. Looking at the rusty knuckle in his hand, the disciple said impatiently, Senior brother, I know that you desire to fight senior brother Jia Huadang, who is ranked 26th on the Dragon and Phoenix leaderboard. Then the disciple changed the topic, but I've been waiting for this day for a long time. Jia Yun, go down. I'm going to fight Jia Huadang. Hearing that, Fong Xiuling helplessly put away the gauntlets. Junior, what's your name? Thinking that he had endured for so long, it was inevitable that he would become famous after this battle. Thus, he loudly said, In today's battle, I hope that everyone will remember me. I am Jia Yun, who will never change my name. Jia Yun? Did anyone hear that name? Never heard of it. He should be a small character in the new intersect. Sigh. These new people don't know the immensity of heaven and earth. They dare to challenge Jia Huadang. How many moves do you think he can take from senior brother Jia Huadang? Jia Huadang is a powerful cultivator of the 7th level of the Origin Realm. This brat can take 5 moves at most. Junior brother, what you said is incorrect. This Jia Yun can at most withstand 3 moves, no more. Senior, you're right. You're right. On the stage, although Jia Huadeng was thrown up by Feng Xiuling, he didn't dare to vent his anger on Feng Xiuling. So, Jia Yun, who didn't know the immensity of heaven and earth, became his target. Is Jia Yun right? Since you're from the same sect, I'll let you take 3 moves. After 3 moves, go down. After Jia Huadeng finished speaking, he stood there calmly. He was so arrogant that he didn't even summon a single life soul. You're going too far. Jia Yun instantly summoned his life soul when he saw Jia Huadeng looking down on him. Meow. A black cat life soul appeared above Jia Yun's head. Could this be the 11th firmament cat life soul? That should be the case. I didn't expect this kid to be so capable. This battle should be interesting. In the arena, Jia Huadeng's expression turned serious when he saw Jia Yun summon the 11th firmament cat life soul. A vast azure, spiritual power swept out from Jia Huadeng's body and instantly covered his whole body. This spiritual power was like an azure ocean, instantly wrapping around Jia Yun. Ugh, this senior brother Jia Huadeng is really something. We agreed to let Jia Yun have 3 moves. Why did he make the first move before Jia Yun even made a move? With one look, I can tell that you are a newcomer. How many of the ruthless people on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings are not like this? Otherwise, how could they be on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings? Tang Ao secretly lamented. According to this person's words, there was no need for schemes. It was as though the people on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings were scum. In the arena, Jia Yun couldn't help but be angry when he saw that Jia Huadeng had only summoned such a strange spiritual power without using his life soul. Senior brother Jia Huadeng, are you looking down on your junior brother? You didn't even summon a single life soul. Below the arena, Tang Ao was also secretly puzzled. Looking at Jia Huadeng's actions, Tang Ao had expected that Jia Huadeng would summon an impressive life soul. He didn't expect Jia Huadeng to be all talk and no action. But at this moment, a string of bubbles suddenly appeared in Jia Huadeng's spiritual power ocean, and something slowly revealed itself. Upon seeing this scene, many disciples who knew their stuff were instantly shocked. Could this be the famous life soul of senior brother Jiang Zhulu, who is ranked 9th on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings? The ocean boat life soul? Impossible. That ocean boat is a 19th firmament life soul. From the looks of it, the might of this life soul is far from reaching that level. I think this life soul is a 12th firmament Emperor Penguin life soul. What? It's actually a 15th firmament Emperor Penguin life soul? It's no wonder senior brother Jia Huadeng dared to be so arrogant. It turns out that he already has a 15th firmament life soul. Tang Ao looked at the voices that constantly appeared in Jia Huadeng's spiritual power ocean and was convinced of the surrounding people's words. It was indeed an Emperor Penguin life soul from the 15th firmament. The experts on the Dragon rankings and Phoenix rankings all had some tricks up their sleeves. Compared to these people, Xiao Gudao, who had fought him a few days ago, was nothing. Under everyone's long-awaited gazes, a life soul that resembled an upright bird appeared in front of everyone. It had a white abdomen, a black back, fin-like forelimbs, and slightly short feathers. I didn't expect senior brother Jia Huadeng to have comprehended the 15th firmament Emperor Penguin life soul, as expected of someone ranked 26th on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. That kid is in trouble now. The cat life soul is an 11th firmament life soul, and it's in Jia Huadeng's spiritual sea secret technique. You're saying that the blue spiritual power around senior brother Jia Huadeng is a spiritual sea secret technique? Isn't that spiritual sea secret technique senior brother Jiang Zhulio's unique spiritual sea secret technique? The way I see it, senior brother Jia Huadeng and senior brother Jiang Zhulu must have made some sort of secret deal. Ha ha ha. After saying that, the man revealed a wretched smile, causing the surrounding people to feel a chill. Tang Ao also unconsciously distanced himself from him. Jiang Zhulu, who was cultivating in a valley in the Seven Kills sect, sneeze for no reason. Strange. With my strength of the ninth origin martial realm, how can I get sick? Of course, Jiang Zhulu didn't know what was happening in the intersect arena. Otherwise, it wouldn't be as simple as a sneeze. Jiang Zhulu slowly withdrew the spiritual sea that covered half the valley into his body and walked into the intersect. At that moment, in the intersect arena, Jia Huadeng and Jia Yun were already fighting. For some reason, both sides only summoned their strongest life souls and began fighting. This was very rare in the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. Due to the difference in strength and geographical disadvantage, Jia Yun was being suppressed by Jia Huadeng. After 3 moves, Jia Yun was being suppressed by Jia Huadeng. He could only defend and couldn't fight back. What surprised everyone was that after the Emperor Penguin Life Soul and the Heavenly Cat Life Soul clashed, the Emperor Penguin Life Soul from the 15th Firmament was actually being suppressed by the Cat Life Soul from the 11th Firmament. The Emperor Penguin Life Soul was extremely fast in the spiritual sea, but when it rushed out of the spiritual sea, it was like a drunkard. It staggered and swayed. Jia Huadeng's spiritual sea could only cover half of the arena, and the Heavenly Cat Life Soul was outside of the spiritual sea. Chapter 171. On the stage, Jia Yun and Jia Huadeng were fighting fiercely. Luo Cai was escorted by Fang Xiuwen and Fang Xiuwu to the arena. Looking at the battle in the arena, Fang Xiuwen clicked his tongue. Isn't this Jiang Zhulio's Spirit Sea secret skill? How'd this kid learn it too? Fang Xiuwu, however, shook his head. I don't think so. This spiritual sea is very weak, and the spiritual power in it is also very modeled. It doesn't look like a spiritual sea secret technique. Luo Cai pursed her lips and chuckled. It's the Spirit Sea secret skill, but it's a simplified version, and its strength is much weaker. It only has the form, but not the spirit. Neither of them refuted Luo Cai's words. No one knew if he agreed with Luo Cai's words, or if it was Luo Cai who said it. Below the ring, Tang Ao also felt that Jia Huadeng's spiritual sea was a bit strange, so he used the Heaven's Eye art to explore the ring. Unexpectedly, as soon as Tang Ao mobilized his spiritual power, the hazy mass of qi floating quietly above his dantian suddenly gave off a special throbbing. This ball of hazy energy was the source of the hidden jade in Stone Body. In his previous life, after he had awakened the hidden jade in Stone Body, this ball of hazy qi had never throbbed like this. After the throbbing, Tang Ao faintly felt that he seemed to have established a special connection with something. Tang Ao followed this feeling and saw a pair of beautiful big eyes looking at him, and then smiled at him gently. And the one who had established a subtle relationship with him was this femme fatale beauty in front of him. Why was it called Calamity Level? Because when Tang Ao and this beautiful girl looked at each other, countless cold gazes instantly appeared on Tang Ao. Who was that kid? Senior sister Luo Cai seemed to be smiling at her just now. What do you mean by seems? Senior sister Luo Cai really smiled at him just now. Don't stop me. I'm going to teach this kid a lesson. You can go. By the way, let me remind you that this kid is called Tang Ao. So what if he's called Tang Ao? Even if his name is Tang Ao, I will still teach him a lesson today. After a while, this person seemed to finally remember who Tang Ao was. Could this be the Tang Ao who defeated senior brother Xiao Gudao, who was ranked 40th on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings? Nonsense. Who else could it be if not him? Don't drag me into this if you're looking for trouble. Brother, you must be joking. I'm just joking. How can I lower myself to the level of a new junior brother? Tang Ao noticed that among the gazes staring at him, there were a few extremely powerful auras. Compared to Xiao Gudao, who knew how many streets Xiao Gudao was left in the dust. And 2 of the auras came from the 2 white-clothed youths on the left and right of Luo Cai. These 2 people looked 70 to 80% similar to the youth who had just floated onto the stage. They must be triplets. While Tang Ao was thinking, Luo Cai, Fang Xiuwen, and Fong Shui walked towards Tang Ao. Your junior brother Tang Ao, right? I'm Luo Tsai. Feeling the indistinct special connection between him and Luo Tsai, Tang Ao was very puzzled. I'm Tang Ao, a new inner disciple. Nice to meet you, junior sister Luo. Luo Tsai was stunned when she heard Tang Ao call her junior sister Luo. Actually, Tang Ao saw that Luo Tsai was the same age as him and felt that calling her senior sister was too disadvantageous, so he called her junior sister Luo. Seeing that Luo Tsai was beside the stage, Fong Xiuling, who was not far away, also walked over. Sister Tsai, why are you here? Tang Ao looked at Fong Xiuling and the other two and suddenly remembered who they were. Others might not know Fong Xiuling and the other two, but Lu Yi did. Lu Yi had told him about the situation of the Dragon and Phoenix rankings, and the 4 people in front of him were all in the top 10 of the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. If he was right, this gentle and beautiful woman with exquisite features was the 4th on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings, Luo Tsai. And a young man who floated up just now was the 10th on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings, Fong Xiuling. On Luo Tsai's side should be the 5th on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings, Fong Xiuwen, and the 7th on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings, Fong Xiuwu. Didn't Lu Yi say that the top 10 of the Dragon and Phoenix rankings had all gone out of train? Why did 4 cultivation techniques appear in such a short time? It was unknown whether Luo Tsai did it intentionally or not, but under the watchful eyes of the crowd, Luo Tsai suddenly walked to Tang Ao's side. She whispered in Tang Ao's ear, I didn't expect you to have the extreme yang physique and the hidden jade in the stone physique. The two of us are quite fated. Tang Ao was appalled. He had the hidden jade in the stone physique in his previous life, so he naturally knew the secret of the hidden jade in the stone physique being an extreme yang physique. Moreover, he also knew that if this kind of extreme yang physique could dual cultivate with the extreme yin physique, the heavenly phoenix spiritual jade physique, both could stimulate the greatest potential of the physique. In his previous life, he had painstakingly searched for a woman with the heavenly phoenix spiritual jade physique, but until he died, he did not find a woman with this physique. He didn't expect to find it so easily after traveling far and wide in search of it. In this life, he hadn't even looked for it, and the heavenly phoenix spiritual jade physique had automatically delivered itself to him. But looking at the fierce gazes of the people around him, who were like wolves and tigers, as if they wanted to swallow him alive, Tang Ao wasn't sure whether Luo Tsai was delivering herself to him or sending trouble to him. At present, it seemed that the latter was more likely. After learning that Luo Tsai had the heavenly phoenix spiritual jade physique, Tang Ao looked at Luo Tsai with a special gaze. There was amazement, joy, and even a trace of possessiveness. But the strangest thing was that Luo Tsai actually saw a trace of sympathy for herself in his eyes. Tang Ao didn't know whether Luo Tsai was aware of the special nature of her physique, but for Tang Ao, who had painstakingly searched for the heavenly phoenix spiritual jade physique to stimulate the potential of his physique in his previous life, he knew the heavenly phoenix spiritual jade physique very well. Different from the hidden jade in the stone physique, which was a tough, extreme yang physique, Luo Tsai's heavenly phoenix spiritual jade physique was a physique suitable for dual cultivation with any physique. In other words, no matter who it was, after dual cultivation with Luo Tsai, their body's potential would increase by leaps and bounds. Therefore, Luo Tsai was like a lamb, closely watched by countless wolves at all times. Among the surrounding people, perhaps many of them had been staring at Luo Tsai because of her exquisite appearance. But Tang Ao believed that among these people, most of them were here for Luo Tsai's heavenly phoenix spiritual jade physique. Although the heavenly phoenix spiritual jade physique had many benefits, its possessor was very unfortunate. No matter who it was, after dual cultivation with the possessor of the heavenly phoenix spiritual jade physique, their physique would be enhanced, but the possessor of the heavenly phoenix spiritual jade physique would lose a lot of their lifespan due to the consumption of their physique. According to Tang Ao's research in his previous life, after dual cultivation with a person with a heavenly phoenix spiritual jade physique, they would undoubtedly die within a year. Thinking of this, Tang Ao couldn't help but feel a strong desire to protect her. Under everyone's horrified gaze, Tang Ao suddenly reached out and pulled Luo Tsai into his arms. "From now on, no one can bully you," Tang Ao whispered in Luo Tsai's ear. Luo Tsai was stunned by Tang Ao's action. It was the first time she had heard such shocking words. So much so that she forgot that she was still in Tang Ao's arms, and forgot that it was the first time she was so close to a man in public. Chapter 172. Countless disciples of the inner sanctum saw Tang Ao holding Luo Tsai in his arms, and they screamed out loud, "Qinsho, kill him! How dare he hug junior sister Tsai? Who is this guy? Is he courting death? The public enemy of the inner sanctum. The public enemy of the inner sanctum. This guy should be a newcomer in the inner sanctum, right? Newborn calves are not afraid of tigers." Junior sister Tsai is always with the 3 Fong brothers, her guardians. This guy is disabled. Who are the 3 Fong brothers? Junior, you're not on the Dragon and Phoenix roll, right? Are you blind? I'm Huan, who is ranked 48th on the Dragon and Phoenix roll. The person who asked was stunned and suddenly thought, there are 48 people on the Dragon and Phoenix roll? Aren't there only 47 people on the Dragon and Phoenix roll? What do you know? My ability is only slightly weaker than the 47th person on the Dragon and Phoenix roll. Only these 2 people with extraordinary bones could argue about the Dragon rank and Phoenix rank in front of them with such explosive news. The others were still glaring at Tang Ao as if they wanted to swallow him up. Fang Xiu could not stand it anymore and wanted to teach Tang Ao a lesson. But Fang Xiuan stopped him immediately. "Big brother, what do you mean? He has taken advantage of junior sister Tsai. Second brother, why are you so anxious? Junior sister Tsai is ranked higher than me on the Dragon and Phoenix roll. Although junior sister Tsai is usually smiling, she is very scary when she is angry." Recalling Luo Tsai's actions when she was angry, Fang Xiuan could not help but tremble. Fang Xiu understood and stood at the same spot, waiting to see Tang Ao being beaten up by Luo Tsai. Seeing the change in Fang Xiuan and Fang Xiu's expressions, a small number of experts on the Dragon and Phoenix roll who knew them were ready to watch a good show. The other disciples who did not know the truth looked at Tang Ao with righteous indignation. This guy seems to be called Tang Ao. He defeated Senior Xiao Gudao, who is ranked 40th on the Dragon and Phoenix roll not long ago. Could it be that we have to watch Junior Tsai being tortured by him? It's broad daylight, and the world is clear. This bastard is doing such a cruel and inhumane thing. Is no one going to step forward to stop it? Junior brother, I see that your bones are clear and fresh. I'll give you this chance to make a name for yourself in one battle. The disciple who spoke just now was only at the first level of the origin realm. It was fine to let him talk on the side, but to let him go up was simply sending himself to his death. Obviously, this person was very self-aware. Junior brother hasn't been in the inner sect for long, so I'll leave this kind of limelight to senior brother. Maybe senior brother's wisdom and martial prowess can even move junior sister Tsai, and in the end, it will become a good story in the inner sanctum. This disciple's strength was lacking, but his eloquence was comparable. After he finished speaking, the more the disciple thought about it, the more he felt it made sense, and the more he thought about it, the more excited he became. Thank you, junior brother, for your advice. Liang Chun will definitely reward you handsomely after everything is done. May I know your name? My name is Ma Liang Chun. If you have any problems in the intersect in the future, you can use my name. The disciple was stunned. This ordinary-looking senior brother in front of him was actually senior brother Ma Liang Chun, who was ranked 36th on the Dragon and Phoenix leaderboard. Luo Tsai, who was at the side, also recovered from her daze. Junior brother Tang Ao, isn't it inappropriate for us to be like this? Luo Tsai's beautiful eyes looked at Tang Ao's arm that was wrapped around her slender waist. Tang Ao was also extremely embarrassed. He didn't know why, but he suddenly hugged Luo Tsai just now. Thus, he hurriedly let go of Luo Tsai. In front of so many people, it didn't matter if Tang Ao, was thick-skinned. However, Luo Tsai, who was opposite him, blushed as if she had a fever. In the eyes of Fang Xiuwen and Fang Xiuwen, Luo Tsai suddenly broke free from Tang Ao's embrace. Fang Xiuwen looked at Tang Ao with "it should be so" expression. Second brother, see? I already said that Sister Tsai is not to be trifled with. Old Ginger is spicier. That fellow is in trouble now. Fang Xiuwen looked at Tang Ao mockingly, as if Tang Ao would be beaten up by Luo Tsai in no time. Big brother, second brother, wouldn't that scene be too bloody? Wouldn't it be inappropriate for young people? Fang Xiuling appeared out of nowhere. Why do you care so much? Just watch the show. Fang Xiuwu patted his head, as if he was very unhappy that Fang Xiuling suddenly interrupted his reverie. Third brother, you are still a minor. Don't meddle in this. Don't worry, Sister Tsai will come to our Fang family sooner or later. At that time, if she isn't your big sister-in-law, she will be your second sister-in-law, Fang Xiuwen said confidently. Fang Xiuwu agreed with his big brother Fang Xiuwen's words. He patted Fang Xiuling's shoulder and pointed to a big tree not far away. Fang Xiuling looked at Fang Xiuwu in confusion. Second brother, what do you mean? Little kid, you don't even understand? It's cool under a big tree. Go where it's cool. After Fang Xiuwu finished speaking, Fang Xiuwen also laughed loudly. Second brother, you've grown up. You're so good at saying things like that. Looking at the absolute beauty in front of him, Tang Ao didn't know what to say for a moment and just looked at her quietly. Looking at Tang Ao's clear and bright eyes, Luo Tsai suddenly smiled mischievously. Then, she moved closer to Tang Ao's ear and whispered, Junior brother Tang Ao, then I'll wait for you to become stronger to protect me. Seeing Luo Tsai move closer to Tang Ao, Fang Xiuwen laughed loudly. Second brother, can you guess what junior sister Tsai is going to do to deal with this kid? Big brother, don't keep me in suspense. When I fought with junior sister Tsai, how could I bear to hit her? I always stood there and let her hit me. I haven't seen many of her martial techniques and secret techniques. Thinking about how Luo Tsai hit him in the arena, Fang Xiuwu instantly had an endless aftertaste. Looking at Fang Xiuwu's despicable look, Fang Xiuwen felt a chill. Stop. If I'm not wrong, junior sister Tsai is going to use the rainbow illusory technique. TSK, that kid is going to suffer now. Fang Xiuwu had experienced the rainbow illusory technique before. Big brother's eyes are indeed sharp. Looks like it's most likely the rainbow illusory technique. But why does it look like Sister Tsai wants to bite him to death? Fang Xiuling suddenly said. Fang Xiuwen sighed helplessly and pointed to the shade of a tree not far away. Fang Xiuling understood and immediately floated to the shade of the tree. This was actually a movement technique unique to Fang Xiuling. However, Fang Xiuling's face was pale and he was dressed in white. When he used this movement technique, it was really a little scary. Hearing Luo Tsai say that he would protect her after he became stronger, Tang Ao didn't say much and only said, okay. After Tang Ao said that, Luo Tsai's beautiful eyes blinked mischievously. Junior brother Tang Ao, I'm sorry. I've caused you trouble. Take care. Luo Tsai pursed her lips and chuckled before walking away. Trouble? What trouble? Tang Ao was confused. However, when he saw the ferocious gazes around him, Tang Ao instantly understood. Chapter 173. Just when Tang Ao wanted to explain and run away, Luo Tsai's gentle and sweet voice came again. Junior brother Tang Ao, I look forward to your performance. I'm doomed. Tang Ao sighed and hurriedly used the mysterious centipede legs to run away. As soon as Tang Ao ran away, the people who came back to their senses instantly screamed and rushed toward Tang Ao. On a thick tree, Louis nibbled on the roast chicken in his hand while looking at Tang Ao, who was being chased by a group of inner court disciples. Louis clicked his tongue. Junior brother Tang Ao is indeed a dragon among men. Not long after entering the inner court, you have already offended all the inner court disciples. Ha ha! Worthy of being the man I admire. When Fuyang heard the first few words, he agreed with them. When he heard the last sentence, Fuyang's expression changed greatly, and he hurriedly distanced himself from Lu Yi. In a lotus pond in the inner court, strings of tiny bubbles kept appearing. The group of inner court disciples who were chasing after Tang Ao searched for a long time. When they found no trace of Tang Ao, they left with resentment. Junior brother Wu, pay attention to your status. You are an expert ranked 19th on the Dragon and Phoenix list. Crying here is a loss of dignity. Junior brother Wu, mind your status. You are an expert ranked 19th on the Dragon and Phoenix list. Crying here is a loss of dignity. Hearing this, Wu Yifan's expression became serious. He felt that this person's words made sense and hurriedly stopped crying. But then Wu Yifan realized something was wrong. Senior brother Lu, you are an expert ranked 13th on the Dragon and Phoenix list. If you keep crying here, won't you be tarnishing the reputation of the experts on the Dragon and Phoenix list? Lu Han's expression became bitter, and more tears flowed down. Junior brother Wu, you don't know, but I am heartbroken. When I think of a good cabbage being taken by a pig, I am heartbroken. In a lotus pond, when Tang Ao heard the conversation between these two people, he almost choked on his saliva. Tang Ao sighed in his heart. Other than idiots like Xiao Gudao, there are even more clowns in the inner sect. As he sighed, Tang Ao suddenly remembered that he still had a match today, so he hurriedly jumped out of the lotus pond. Tang Ao released a burst of spiritual power, and his wet clothes quickly emitted a burst of water vapor. Soon, the water vapor on his clothes evaporated. After he finished doing all this, Tang Ao hurriedly walked towards the number 6 combat ring. At this moment, Ma Liangchun was standing idly on arena number 6. Logically speaking, if the opponent didn't come on stage after 10 minutes, the match should be declared over. However, Ma Liangchun was in a very bad mood today, so he had a vent in the arena. Although 30 minutes had passed, Ma Liangchun was still standing in the ring, calm and unruffled. He was waiting for his opponent, an unlucky kid named Tang Ao. He didn't know who Tang Ao was, but he knew that Tang Ao was going to be unlucky and would have to bear his wrath. Generally speaking, an expert on the Dragon and Phoenix leaderboard like him wouldn't bother with a nameless new disciple. However, he was in a bad mood today. The match didn't start on the combat ring, and the people below the combat ring who had nothing to do started whispering. I guess senior brother Ma Liangchun is going to wait in vain. The opponent must have heard senior brother Ma Liangchun's name and is afraid to fight. This year's new disciple really doesn't know his place. He just entered the inner sect, and he already dares to challenge the authority of the senior disciples. Is this Dragon and Phoenix leaderboard a place for new disciples? Why don't they look at the crazy people on the Dragon and Phoenix leaderboard? The person fighting senior brother Ma Liangchun is considered smart. He knows senior brother Ma Liangchun's tricks, so he hid in the dark and didn't dare to come out. Otherwise, he would have to lie in bed for 2 months. This year's new disciples are really something. Their strength isn't much, but they are quite enthusiastic in participating in the Dragon and Phoenix leaderboard challenges. Yeah, just now on the 7 combat ring, those 5 to 6 new disciples were mercilessly killed when they fought against the experts on the Dragon and Phoenix leaderboard. I wonder if it left a shadow in their hearts, and they won't dare to participate in the Dragon and Phoenix leaderboard challenges in the future. That's nothing. Let me tell you guys, just now on the first combat ring, there was a new disciple called Tang Ao who actually dared to embrace senior sister Luo Tsai. The number 1 beauty of the inner sect, Luo Tsai, is what senior brother said true? How can it be false? It's just that the first combat ring was too far away from here, so you guys didn't see it. But I was there, and that scene was explosive. I wonder which Tang Ao senior brother is talking about. An inner sect disciple asked with some doubt. Nonsense. The person I'm talking about is that Tang Ao who defeated senior brother Xiao Gudao. Hearing what you guys said, it seems like senior brother Ma Liangchun's opponent is also called Tang Ao. As everyone was talking, Tang Ao ran over from afar. Seeing that his opponent was still standing on the combat ring, Tang Ao was overjoyed in his heart. Fortunately, the competition hadn't ended yet. Otherwise, it wouldn't be worth it to lose a match because of this. After Tang Ao got on the combat ring, Ma Liangchun was stunned. Good boy, it's actually you. This person is Tang Ao, who has been in the limelight recently. That's right, it's him. He's the one who forcefully embraced senior sister Luo Tsai. Scum. Senior brother Ma Liangchun. Teach him a lesson. This Tang Ao can defeat Xiao Gudao. He should have some ability, right? Even if he has some ability, it's useless. I heard that he fought with senior brother Xiao Gudao, and both of them were injured. In the end, he barely defeated senior brother Xiao Gudao. And senior brother Xiao Gudao couldn't even last 10 moves against senior brother Ma Liangchun. Hearing the words of the people below the combat ring, Tang Ao shook his head helplessly. Although Ma Liangchun in front of him was slightly stronger than Xiao Gudao, he already had the strength to crush Xiao Gudao. In Tang Ao's opinion, the strength of the person in front of him was barely passable. If he went too far, Tang Ao didn't mind letting him know what despair was. Perhaps everyone could see the huge difference in strength between Tang Ao and Ma Liangchun. Therefore, after Tang Ao got on the combat ring, they didn't stop arguing. There's going to be a good show. How many moves do you think Tang Ao can take from senior brother Ma Liangchun? In my opinion, it shouldn't be a problem for him to last 5 moves. Junior brother, that's where you're wrong. Now that senior brother Ma Liangchun has awakened his Pegasus life soul at the 15th level and comprehended the martial technique, Pegasus Fist, his strength is no longer the same as before. How do you know all this? Of course I know. When senior brother Ma Liangchun fought senior brother Luo Jin, who was ranked 30th on the Dragon and Phoenix leaderboard, I was watching from the side. In the end, senior brother Ma Liangchun still won. In the combat ring, Tang Ao could feel Ma Liangchun's endless hatred and torrential anger. He really didn't understand how he had offended this person. But very soon, Tang Ao understood. Tang Ao, you actually did that to junior sister Tsai, whom I've been in love with for a long time. Wake up. Hearing Ma Liangchun's words, Tang Ao thought to himself, it's about Luo Tsai again? Didn't I just hug her for a moment? Why do I seem to have become the intersex public enemy? Chapter 174. Of course, Tang Ao didn't know about this. Even if he knew, Tang Ao wasn't afraid. The demon Honor was a man of his word. Why isn't senior brother Ma Liangchun making a move? Looks like this kid has some conflict with senior brother Ma Liangchun. Senior brother Ma Liangchun will soon make him despair. In the arena, Ma Liangchun was furious when he saw Tang Ao ignoring him. Tang Ao, I'm talking to you. Are you deaf? If you want to fight, just fight. Why are you shouting? Tang Ao said indifferently. Everyone started to sympathize with Tang Ao when they saw how fearless Tang Ao was. It seems like junior brother Tang Ao is full of despair. Yes, senior brother Ma Liangchun always holds grudges. If Tang Ao was smart enough to admit defeat earlier, he would have suffered less. Good idea. Let's make sure he doesn't have the chance to admit defeat. Ma Liangchun was furious when he heard Tang Ao's words. You're too arrogant. You're a new intersect kid. I'll let you know what despair is. Tang Ao said casually, if you want to fight, just fight. Why are you shouting? Not far away, Luo Tsai sat on a thick branch. Her beautiful eyes were watching the match between Tang Ao and Ma Liangchun with interest. The 3 Fong brothers, who had been pestering her, were searching for Luo Tsai in the entire 7 Kills sect. Third brother, it's all your fault. Otherwise, why would big brother and second brother fall for sister Tsai's illusion so easily? Fong Xiuwen said angrily. Fong Xiuling laughed out loud. Sister Tsai lives up to her name. She got rid of my big brother and second brother's harassment so easily. Fong Xiu snorted. I think you're asking for it. Come on, do you think I'm afraid of you? Fong Xiuling rolled up his sleeves after saying that. He looked at Fong Xiuwu with an imposing manner. On the 6th arena, Ma Liangchun's aura had already been released to the extreme. Above Mal Yanshan's head, 10 abnormally powerful monster beast life souls were lined up neatly. He had the brightly colored white tiger life soul, the cloud copper demon lion life soul, the storm flaming bear life soul, and the crystal omen horse life soul. There was also the 12th firmament mysterious eye lizard life soul and the red mist elephant life soul. But the most eye-catching thing was the meteor heavenly horse life spirit that came from the 16th heaven. At that moment, the meteor Pegasus life soul transformed into countless shimmering stars that slowly absorbed Mal Yanshan's arm. As the stardust continued to be absorbed, a terrifying aura instantly swept through the entire arena from Mal Yanshan's hands. Some of the disciples who were close to the stage were instantly pushed back 3 steps by Mal Yanshan's powerful aura. Some of the weaker disciples even felt a sweetness in their throats as a mouthful of blood surged into their mouths. His strength and momentum were evident. Even the inner sect deacon, who was in charge of judging by the side, frowned, afraid that Mal Yanshan would be killed by Tang Ao if he was not careful. Feeling the powerful aura from Mal Yanshan's hands, Tang Ao was also interested. 7 life souls flashed out of his sea of consciousness and instantly fused into his body, disappearing without a trace. Tang Ao seemed to have summoned his life soul just now. Why did his life soul disappear again? I don't know either. Did you see what life soul it was? I remember that Tang Ao only has 5 life souls, right? When did he have 7 life souls? He didn't even have 7 life souls. Didn't you see that as soon as he summoned his life soul, it was forced back into his body by senior brother Mal Yanshan? TSK, his life soul was forced back into his body. This is a great insult to cultivators. Who can he blame? He can only blame himself for being too eager for success. The life soul that he awakened is too poor. Due to the distance, Luo Tsai didn't understand what had happened to Tang Ao. Logically speaking, Tang Ao had a 1 in a million hidden jade body in stone. His talent and temperament must not be bad. How could there be such a thing where his life soul was forced back into his body? Luo Tsai, who couldn't understand, decided to go and take a look for herself. She didn't believe that the man who promised her would be so weak. On the 6th ring, Mal Yanshan looked at Tang Ao with a ferocious expression. Boy, now you know what despair is, right? Your life soul has been forced back into your body. What do you have to fight with me? Unexpectedly, Tang Ao still said the words that almost made Mal Yanshan vomit blood. If you want to fight, just fight. Why are you shouting? Tang Ao said indifferently. You. Mal Yanshan's surging spiritual power shook. Obviously, he was very angry with Tang Ao. Below the ring, Luo Tsai, who had changed her appearance, looked at Tang Ao strangely. I don't know how strong he is, but his mouth is not weak. Tang Ao is dead for sure. He dared to anger senior brother Ma, Liangshan time and time again. The inner sect deacon in charge of judging on the ring also looked at Tang Ao angrily. If he wasn't strong enough, he should have kept a low profile, but he had to challenge Mal Yanshan. In a while, if Mal Yanshan wanted to kill him, he might not be able to block it. He was simply looking for trouble. No, it should be said that he was looking for death. He even dragged himself into this. After the 7 life souls were absorbed into Tang Ao's body, they turned into 7 special streams of light and shuttled through Tang Ao's body. Although there was no spiritual power on the surface of Tang Ao's body, there was a terrifying spiritual power storm in Tang Ao's body. This level of spiritual power storm was destructive no matter who it was in. But the strange thing was that these spiritual power storms with terrifying power were extremely docile when they passed through Tang Ao's limbs and bones. It was like a warm current. On the other side of the ring, Mal Yanshan looked at Tang Ao and laughed angrily. Kid, you have successfully angered me. Now, let me see if your ability is as good as your mouth. That won't do. My ability is much better than my mouth. Mal Yanshan knew that Tang Ao was sharp-tongued, so he didn't waste any more time talking to him. Huh! Mal Yanshan roared, and the powerful Pegasus fist smashed towards Tang Ao like a meteor. Good timing. At this moment, the 7 streams of light of the 7 kill art in Tang Ao's body had gathered to its peak. Tang Ao, this is the first time I have used the Pegasus Fist with all my strength. It is not a shame that you lost to this move. Although he said that he lost, Tang Ao could see the killing intent in his eyes. Tang Ao was right. Just now, Ma Liangshan was thinking, it is not a shame that Tang Ao died to this move. Oh my God, Tang Ao is crippled, a sweet-looking female disciple said. As soon as the female disciple finished speaking, a male disciple next to her covered her eyes. Junior sister, the next scene is too bloody. It's better if you don't watch it. Facing Ma Liangshan's earth-shattering power, Tang Ao only pushed out his palm that contained the 7 streams of light. There's no need to say anything. Tang Ao's hand is crippled for daring to take the Pegasus Fist head-on. It's not just his hand. I think the right side of his body is crippled. While everyone was discussing, Ma Liangshan and Tang Ao finally came into contact. Chapter 175. A powerful spirit power with a destructive aura instantly engulfed the entire stage. Some of the weaker disciples were crushed by the terrifying spirit power, and their bones made strange sounds. However, on the stage, the scene of Tang Ao being smashed into smithereens in everyone's imagination didn't happen. After Tang Ao's light palm collided with Ma Liangshan's powerful and violent punch, Tang Ao's palm collided. Tang Ao, who didn't seem to have summoned a single life spirit, crushed Ma Liangshan's Pegasus life spirit inch by inch. Under Ma Liangshan's disbelieving gaze, Tang Ao's palm didn't slow down at all and slammed into Ma Liangshan's chest. Asterisk Kacha, asterisk the sound of bones breaking rang out, and Ma Liangshan's chest immediately caved in. As Tang Ao didn't have any enmity with him, after defeating Ma Liangshan, Tang Ao held back 70% of his power. Otherwise, Ma Liangshan wouldn't just be sent flying off the stage. The people below the stage couldn't recover from the dramatic turn of events. Luo Cai looked at Tang Ao with her beautiful eyes, and she was extremely shocked. She could imagine that Tang Ao, who had the hidden jade and stone body, was definitely not weak. However, she never expected that Tang Ao, who was only at the 5th level of the Origin Martial Realm, would have such terrifying fighting power. After a while, a spectating disciple said in disbelief, "Oh my God, Tang Ao defeated senior brother Ma Liangshan, who used the Pegasus life spirit with his bare fists. And Tang Ao didn't seem to have used a single life spirit. That's not right either. If Tang Ao is really that powerful, then when he summoned his life spirit, we clearly saw that his life spirit was forced back into his body. Even though the truth was right in front of their eyes, everyone still found it hard to accept. Or rather, even if they accepted the result, they couldn't understand how Tang Ao did it. While everyone was puzzled, a spectating disciple in black said indifferently, 7 kill, slaughter art. That's impossible. He's just a new inner court disciple. How could he possibly cultivate the 7 kill slaughtering art? After all, many of the veteran experts on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings have yet to learn this martial art skill. The other disciple still wanted to explain, but when he saw the face of the black-clothed disciple, he said in disbelief, "You're senior brother Jing Wushang, who is ranked 3rd on the Dragon and Phoenix roll." It's actually senior brother Jing Wushang. I didn't expect him to come and watch the fight so early. Jing Wushang's appearance caused quite a commotion amongst the crowd. The 7 kills sex Dragon and Phoenix roll had a total of 49 elite disciples on it. Although these 49 people were all on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings, there was a saying, the top 3 of the Dragon and Phoenix rankings are on one level, and the rest of the experts on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings are on another level. Thus, after Jing Wushang's appearance, the fluctuations caused by his appearance weren't any less than Luo Cai's. In fact, it was even greater. Senior brother Jing Wushang should have hopes of becoming the first on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings this time, right? From what I see, senior brother Jing Wushang will definitely get first. The discussions of the crowd didn't cause any fluctuations in Jing Wushang's emotions. At that moment, Jing Wushang's gaze was like two sharp swords as he stared at Tang Ao, who was standing on the stage. I never would have thought a monster like you would appear in the inner court. You only have the strength of the 5th level of the origin realm, yet you already have the half-a-step mastery of the 7 slaughter method. Don't be eliminated too early. I look forward to fighting against you. Although Jing Wushang was a peak expert in the top 3 of the Dragon and Phoenix rankings, Tang Ao wasn't afraid. I also look forward to fighting against you. I hope you won't be eliminated early. Jing Wushang was quite astonished. He said, "Interesting," and walked into the distance. When he arrived next to Luo Tsai, who had changed her appearance, Jing Wushang was stunned. "So it's Sister Tsai. How did you become like this?" After asking, Jing Wushang slapped his head. "I forgot. Sister Tsai's charm is too great. Wherever she goes, she attracts a large group of people." What did senior brother Jing Wushang say? I think he said that the ordinary-looking junior sister is Junior Tsai. Wow, since it's what senior brother Jing Wushang said, then it must be true. I didn't think senior Tsai would appear twice in the inner court today. After Jing Wushang exposed Luo Tsai also removed the illusion technique and revealed her original appearance. Looking at the spectators below the stage, Tang Ao was speechless. He had easily killed Ma Liangchun in the face of adversity. At that moment, he should be the focus of attention. As a result, when Jing Wushang and Luo Tsai appeared, they became fans of all the spectators. However, Tang Ao didn't want to be the focus of attention very quickly because under everyone's dumbfounded gazes, Luo Tsai leisurely walked towards him. Thinking back to when he hugged her and was chased by a group of inner court disciples, Tang Ao had a bad premonition. Luo Tsai walked in front of Tang Ao and said with a smile, "Junior brother Tang Ao, it seems that you really have the ability to protect me." Listening to Luo Tsai's gentle and sweet-sounding words and feeling the orchid-like fragrance of Luo Tsai's body, Tang Ao couldn't help but be stunned. While Tang Ao was in a daze, the audience below the stage exploded. I remember, this boy is the public enemy of the inner court. Earlier today, he actually hugged junior sister Luo Tsai. Really? It's absolutely true. I saw it clearly right here. As soon as this person finished speaking, the disciple next to him slapped him in the face. "You trash. You were at the scene, but you didn't protect junior sister Tsai." The disciple who was slapped could not refute for a moment and was stunned for a moment before he hurriedly said, "You guys hold him back first. I will go to the other stages to call for people." "Okay, hurry up and go." Today, this public enemy of the inner court will be punished by all the inner court disciples. Looking at the ferocious gazes of the crowd below the stage, Tang Ao bitterly laughed. "Junior sister Tsai, you've caused me trouble." After hearing that, Luo Tsai immediately showed a pitiful expression. "I'm sorry, senior brother Tang Ao. It's all my fault." Before Luo Tsai finished speaking, Tang Ao's strong and sturdy arm once again embraced her slender waist. Luo Tsai was stupefied. In one day, she had already been hugged twice by this man, who she saw as weak. Luo Tsai struggled a bit, but she did not break free from Tang Ao's embrace. But even she herself did not understand why she, a cultivator at the 9th level of the origin realm, could not break free from the embrace of Tang Ao, a weak martial artist at the 5th level of the origin realm. Was it just because of that ridiculous but serious promise that he would protect her? As Luo Tsai's imagination ran wild, Tang Ao suddenly moved close to her ear and said, "Since I'm going to protect you for a lifetime, I'll collect some interest first." Feeling the hot manly aura on Tang Ao's body, 2 patches of red rose on Luo Tsai's face. Looking at Tang Ao in front of her, Luo Tsai was extremely nervous. She did not know what Tang Ao wanted to do. Chapter 176. As expected, after Tang Ao escaped, the group of inner sect disciples immediately chased after him. They looked as though they would not stop until they beat up Tang Ao, the public enemy of the inner sect. Not far from the arena, Fang Shouwen and Fang Shouwu looked at the panting Fang Shouling as though they were looking at a monster. Fang Shouwen was ranked 5th on the Dragon and Phoenix leaderboard, while Fang Shouwu was ranked 7th. Fang Shouling was only ranked 9th. Hence, the two of them wanted to teach this stubborn little brother a lesson. They did not expect Fang Shouling to be evenly matched with the two of them. Big brother, second brother, are you dumbfounded? Let me tell you, if I didn't meet Sister Sai in the first match of the top 10 of the Dragon and Phoenix leaderboard, I would be ranked 2nd now. Fang Shouwu was stunned and immediately scolded. Third brother, don't brag. With your abilities, it'll be difficult for you to enter the top 5. Just now, big brother and second brother were afraid of hurting you, so they went easy on you. Although Fang Shouwu said this, he was very clear in his heart. He did not know if big brother Fang Shouwen went easy on him during the battle just now, but he did not hold back at all. He was only left with a few trump cards that could save his life. Fang Shouwu was shocked, and so was Fang Shouwen. He did not know if second brother Fang Shouwu went easy on him during the battle just now, but he did not hold back at all. He was only left with a few trump cards. Fang Shouling stared at the two of them. I don't know if they used their full strength during the battle just now. Anyway, I only used 70% of my strength. When the three of them were ready to fight again, Luo Sai suddenly appeared at the side. The three of them immediately stopped when they saw Luo Sai. Fang Shouwen took out a folding fan out of nowhere and patted it. He said, "Junior Sister Tsai, have you thought it through? If you haven't, why don't you marry me?" Luo Tsai thought to herself that she should not have looked for these three idiots after hearing what Fang Shouwen said. Big brother, don't you know how to be more modest? If Junior Tsai wants to marry, it should be me, Fang Shouwu, who was at the side, hurriedly said. At this time, Fang Shouling's figure floated in front of Luo Tsai. Sister Kai, don't worry. With me here, these two beasts will definitely not be able to hurt you. Luo Tsai was tickled by Fang Shouling's words. This Fang Shouling was truly a person who constantly spoke with thunder. Third brother, how can you talk to big brother and second brother like that? As long as you don't have any ideas about big sister Tsai, you will still be my big brother and second brother. Otherwise, don't blame me for being impolite, Fang Shouling said seriously. My temper won't be able to deal with you, Fang Shouwu said as he summoned 18 weapon-type life souls of different shapes. Fang Shouling wasn't weak either. A stream of strange-looking water instantly appeared behind him. This is... Luo Tsai pursed her lips and looked at Fang Shouling in disbelief. Second brother, this is a spirit light 1,000-leaf willow of the 21st heaven. You dare to fight me with that pile of scrap metal? Looking at the 18 weapon-like life souls behind Fang Shouwu, Fang Shouling was certain that he would win. Impossible. How can you enter the 21st heaven with your strength? Fang Shouling was secretly delighted when he saw the surprised expressions of his brothers. He had been bullied by these two bastards since he was young. He didn't expect his luck to take a turn for the better. Not long ago, when his soul roamed the major 1,000 world in search of a life soul, he found a spirit light 1,000-leaf willow that should have appeared in the 21st heaven and the 18th heaven. Upon seeing the spirit light 1,000-leaf willow from the 21st heaven, Fang Shouwu felt a little apprehensive. His strongest life soul was the celestial cicada space staff life soul that came from the 19th heaven. Although the celestial cicada space staff life soul wasn't bad, it definitely couldn't allow him to fight an enemy 2 heavens above him. Furthermore, he was facing the best of the 21st heaven life souls, the spirit light 1,000-leaf willow. Knowing that he wasn't Fang Shouling's match, Fang Shouwu hurriedly said, "Third brother, we're all brothers. Why don't you put away your life souls first?" "All right. I don't want to hurt our relationship in front of Sister Tsai," Fang Shouling said as he put the spirit light 1,000-leaf willow back in his body. The instant Fang Shouling put the spirit light 1,000-leaf willow back in his body, the eldest brother, Fang Shouwen, quickly locked Fang Shouling up with a chain that flashed with lightning. "Ha! You brat! How dare you mess with big brother and second brother? This is big brother's spirit-suppressing lock. Watch how I'll deal with you," Fang Xiaowu said to Luo Tsai. Junior sister, Tsai, the Dragon and Phoenix rankings battle is imminent. Prepare well. Big brother and I will take this brat for compulsory education. As Fang Xiuling screamed, and Fang Xiuwu laughed maniacally, the three Fang brothers left. You spend every day with these three clowns? Tang Ao said to Luo Tsai with a smile on a branch diagonally behind her. Spiritual power flashed under Luo Tsai's body, and a gentle wave of spiritual power brought Luo Tsai to Tang Ao's side. The top 10 experts on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings should be participating in tomorrow's competition. Aren't you going to prepare? Tang Ao stretched. I prepared everything. I'm just waiting to get first place on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings or something. Luo Tsai rolled her eyes at Tang Ao's words. In her opinion, although Tang Ao had some strength, he was at most at the level of the top 10 or the top 20 on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. A year had passed since the Dragon and Phoenix rankings, and she was not sure how much the others had grown. However, based on the strength that Tang Ao had displayed, Tang Ao was definitely not her match. She was only fourth on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. Just as everyone said, the top 3 on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings were indeed not on the same level as the other experts on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. As Luo Tsai's imagination ran wild, she found that Tang Ao was looking at her with an evil smile. Luo Tsai was shocked and hurriedly crossed her arms in front of her chest. However, after Tang Ao smiled slightly, he did not do anything that would make Luo Tsai afraid. You said you would protect me. Not only did you not protect me, but you also started to bully me. Luo Tsai pouted and did not look at Tang Ao. Tang Ao also looked at the sky in the distance and said nothing. No one knew what he was thinking. While Tang Ao was chatting with Luo Tsai in the Seven Kills sect, an angry roar came from the Xiahou family, which was thousands of miles away. Trash! Looking at the information recorded on the jade slip on the jade table, Xiahou Linyuan flew into a rage and smashed the jade table with a thunderous palm. Trash, trash, Xiao Gu Dao is trash. The dignified second young master of the Xiao family was defeated by a trash who cannot cultivate. Seeing that Xiahou Linyuan was extremely angry, a middle-aged man with a mustache said, Young master, please calm down. It is said that Xiao Gu Dao is already at the 5th level of the origin martial realm, but Tang Ao could defeat him. It seems that young madam is not telling the truth. Chapter 177. Looking at Xiahou Linyuan's hand that was like an iron clamp on his throat, Zhao Gu sinisterly laughed. Young madam said that Tang Ao is a piece of trash that can't cultivate. He only started cultivating when he was 17. That's why I asked young master to order Xiao Gu Dao to deal with him. As Zhao Gu spoke, Xiahou Linyuan had already lifted him up with one hand. Zhao Gu was suspended in the air, and his voice didn't change at all. Xiao Gu Dao is the second young master of the Xiao clan. Rumor has it that he is at the 5th level of the origin martial realm. However, the intelligence also said that he is at the 6th level of the origin martial realm. Tang Ao hasn't even been in the 7 Kills sect for a year, yet he already has the strength to defeat a 6th level of the origin martial realm. I'm afraid he isn't some piece of trash that can't cultivate. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that he is a 1 in 10,000 genius with the hidden jade body in stone. Hearing this, Xiahou Linyuan put Zhao Gu down. Qin Yueshuang's expression was a bit ugly. Humph. So what if it's like this? This Tang Ao dares to humiliate Yueshuang. I will skin him alive to vent my hatred for my beloved wife. Xiahou Linyuan said, and pulled Qin Yueshuang into his embrace. Qin Yueshuang heard Xiahou Linyuan's heartwarming words and didn't refuse. She and Xiahou Linyuan were not married yet. She didn't want to have any intimate actions with Xiahou Linyuan. At the same time, Qin Yueshuang was secretly glad that she didn't marry Tang Ao. Compared to the heir of the clan of the ancients, Xiahou Linyuan, Tang Ao was nothing. Seeing that Qin Yueshuang didn't resist, Zhao Gu tactfully left. However, Xiahou Linyuan stopped him. Mr. Zhao, Please wait. After that, Xiahou Linyuan let go of Qin Yueshuang and said to Qin Yueshuang softly, Yueshuang, I will help you get rid of this hateful Tang Ao, and then we will get married. It's late. You should go and rest first. Although Qin Yueshuang knew that she and Xiahou Linyuan were just using each other, seeing how much Xiahou Linyuan cared about her, Qin Yueshuang was very happy. After hesitating for a moment, Qin Yueshuang took the initiative to hug Xiahou Linyuan. Brother Xiahou, rest early too. Then, Qin Yueshuang walked out of the room. After Qin Yueshuang went out, Xiahou Linyuan made a hand seal, and the magnificent room was immediately sealed. Then, Xiahou Linyuan bowed to the middle-aged man in front of him and said, Mr. Zhao, I have wronged you just now. Zhao Gu didn't think much of it. He recalled the scene of Qin Yueshuang hugging Xiahou Linyuan gratefully. I am ashamed. In terms of dealing with women, young master is indeed much better than me. Although Qin Yueshuang was engaged to Tang Ao, she is still a virgin. Although her destiny Purple Myrtle is only an 8th heaven life soul, her destiny Purple Myrtle Dao physique is very beneficial to me. After dual cultivation with her, it is very likely that my star Dao constitution will completely awaken. However, her temperament is not complete, so it is difficult for her destiny Ziwei Dao constitution to be fully effective. So, Mr. Zhao, I have wronged you. It's all right. As long as young master's star Dao constitution is complete, I will naturally benefit greatly. Zhao Gu was only a middle-aged man, but he called himself old. However, Xiahou Linyuan felt that the way he addressed him was very appropriate. Others might not know Zhao Gu's background, but Xiahou Linyuan was very clear about it. There's one more thing I need Mr. Zhao to help me with. Now that Xiao Gu Dao has been defeated by Tang Ao, who should I send to kill Tang Ao to mend the scar in Qin Yueshuang's heart? Xiahou Linyuan asked. After thinking for a moment, Zhao Gu asked, does young master have a suitable candidate in mind? Xiahou Linyuan didn't even think before saying, there are 2 suitable candidates. One is me, and the other is Mr. Zhao. Zhao Gu laughed after hearing this. Now that the patriarch is not in the clan of the ancients, and young master is at home dealing with the clan's affairs, of course you can't go. After hearing this, Xiahou Linyuan handed Zhao Gu a cup of wine. In that case, I can only trouble Mr. Zhao to go. Zhao Gu shook his head. If it's somewhere else, I won't refuse. However, I absolutely cannot go to the 7 Kills sect. After saying that, Zhao Gu couldn't help but think of the terrifying existence of the 7 Kills sect. When he thought of the battle between the two of them, his heart couldn't help but tremble. Hearing that Zhao Gu didn't want to go, Xiahou Linyuan frowned. Why can't Mr. Zhao go to the 7 Kills sect? I won't hide it from young master. The 7 Kills sect's patriarch is my mortal enemy. I'm afraid there's not much hope for me to kill him in his territory. Zhao Gu bitterly said. Actually, saying that Zhao Gu didn't have much hope was already putting gold on his face. If he was discovered by the 7 Kills sect's patriarch, he wouldn't be able to return. I didn't think that Mr. Zhao would have such a grudge against the 7 Kills sect. What should we do? That Tang Ao is only at the 5th level of the Origin Martial Realm. As long as we find a cultivator at the 9th level of the Origin Martial Realm from the 7 Kills sect's Dragon and Phoenix rankings, we should be able to kill him. Hearing that, Xiahou Linyuan yelled behind him, give me the scroll of the 7 Kills sect's Dragon and Phoenix rankings. Soon after, a black figure walked out from the shadow of the wall behind Xiahou Linyuan. The black figure held a scroll and slowly walked towards Xiahou Linyuan. Looking at the beautiful figure, the black figure seemed to be a woman whose face couldn't be seen clearly. Seeing that, Zhao Gu didn't find it strange anymore. The clan of the ancients was indeed a clan that had existed for 10,000 years. After joining the clan of the ancients, he had seen many rare methods that he had never seen before. Xiahou Linyuan took the scroll and looked at it for a while, then threw it to Zhao Gu. Mr. Zhao, who do you think is suitable? Zhao Gu frowned and thought for a while, then said, for this to work, it has to be the 3rd son of the Ouyang clan, Ouyang Duan. Ouyang Duan is ranked second on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings of the 7 Kills sect. His strength is more than enough to kill Tang Ao. He can also avoid unnecessary trouble. He is the best choice. But I don't have any relationship with Ouyang Duan. How can I ask him? That's a lot easier. Ouyang Duan is greedy and lustful. It won't be hard to ask him to help. Even so, he is still the third son of the Ouyang clan. I think he doesn't care about normal wealth and women. Hearing Xiahou Linyuan say that, Zhao Gu smiled sinisterly. I won't say much about the wealth. With the clan of the ancient savings, any one or two of them would be enough to move Ouyang Duan. As for women, I think Qin Yueshuang is not bad. Mr. Zhao, you seem to be going a bit too far. After Zhao Gu finished speaking, the temperature in the room dropped by a few degrees. Young master only wants her to be a virgin and absorb the purple myrtle heavens mandate energy from her body. Once her purple myrtle heavens mandate energy is extracted, her martial talent will be crippled and she will lose all her cultivation. Why is young master still keeping it? Mr. Zhao's cultivation technique is vicious. Compared to his cultivation technique, his thoughts are even worse. Xiahou Linyuan didn't agree, but he didn't reject it either. This could be considered as a tacit agreement. Chapter 178. The Dragon and Phoenix lists were the symbol of the most outstanding disciples in the 7 Kills sect. All disciples who were on the Dragon and Phoenix lists, no matter cultivation, methods, martial skills, life spirit, or spirit treasure, were 1 in 100 or even 1 in 1,000. Although they were all inner court disciples, the cultivation resources of the inner court disciples on the Dragon Phoenix list were 3, 5, or even 10 times that of other inner court disciples. There was definitely a great connection between the cultivation resources a person possessed and their strength. The more cultivation resources one had, the greater the possibility of one's strength increasing. One could even see the cultivation resources one possessed as a type of one's own strength. Also, after being on the Dragon and Phoenix lists, not only would the allocated cultivation resources increase, there would also be more opportunities to increase one's cultivation. The higher the ranking on the Dragon and Phoenix lists, the more attention they would receive from the sect's elders and even the sect head. One had to know that the elders in the sect had cultivated for countless years and gone through countless life and death battles to have today's achievements. Their cultivation and battle experience was definitely a huge fortune, and Tang Ao's goal in entering the Dragon and Phoenix lists was much simpler. He was the reincarnation of a demon lord. His cultivation and battle experience was many streets ahead of those elders. The reason he participated in the Dragon and Phoenix list this time was because he heard from the 5th elder that the top 5 of the Dragon and Phoenix list would represent the 7 Kills sect to participate in a secret realm trial. It was said that it was a secret realm that had been sealed for several tens of thousands of years and was discovered by various sects not long ago. That secret realm formed a world of its own, but that secret realm was a bit special. At most, it could only allow Origin Realm martial artists to enter. Martial artists that surpassed the Origin Realm would be blocked by the outermost formation of the secret realm. When a secret realm was discovered, there was once a peak Spirit Ocean realm martial artist who forcefully charged into the secret realm. In the end, he was blasted into pieces by the outermost formation of the secret realm. Today was the 6th day of the Dragon and Phoenix Lists arena competition, as well as the second last day of the Dragon and Phoenix List arena competition. Every year, the 7 Kills sect's Dragon and Phoenix Lists arena competition would continue for 7 consecutive days, allowing the strength of the many inner court disciples to be fully displayed. The elders also had to observe fully to see which disciples had great potential and were worthy of the sect's great nurturing. After these few days of competition, Tang Ao, the public enemy of the inner sect, could be considered a little famous. Over the past few days, including Ma Liangshun and Xiao Gudao, Xiao Chun had fought almost all the martial artists ranked below the 20th place on the Dragon and Phoenix roll. Currently, Tang Ao was ranked 20th on the Dragon and Phoenix roll. Therefore, Many disciples who hated this public enemy of the inner sect would not randomly find trouble with Tang Ao. However, there would always be people who were ignorant. Not far away, there were 6 figures looking at Tang Ao in the arena. The leader was a youth with a sinister look in his eyes. He was dressed in a crimson robe and was extremely eye-catching in the crowd. But because he spent most of his time outside the sect, he rarely appeared in the inner sect. Therefore, although most of the inner core disciples could feel his powerful aura, they couldn't recognize who he was. However, the few people in the top 10 of the Dragon of Phoenix rankings definitely recognized him because this person was the current number 2 on the Dragon of Phoenix rankings, Ouyang Duan. Third young master. Are you going to attack him directly? I don't think so. He's just a trash-ranked 20th on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. There's no need for third young master to make a move. I'll go over now and beat him half to death. AI, have you forgotten? Third young master wants him to die completely, not half to death. Ouyang Duan coldly laughed. I just returned to the sect this morning. Did anything happen while I was away? Ouyang Duan had never been a reckless person. Therefore, he relied on his identity as the third young master of the Ouyang aristocrat clan to achieve what he had today. He was different from Xiao Gudao, who was the eldest son of the Xiao clan. As long as Ouyang Duan was willing, he had the ability to return to the Ouyang aristocrat clan and inherit the position of clan leader. However, Ouyang Duan was waiting. He was waiting for the 2 idiots in the clan to fight until both of them were injured. Only then would he return. Hearing Ouyang Duan's question, the few people behind him immediately became interested. The most important thing is that the elusive Jing Wushang appeared in the arena the day before yesterday. Jing Wushang was only defeated by third young master. I think the first matter should be Fong Xiuling, one of the 3 brothers of the Fong clan. The spirit light 1,000-leaf willow that has awakened the 21st sky. Hearing this, the rest of the people, including Ouyang Duan, instantly looked at this person, because the news from his mouth was really too shocking. Normally, when a warrior was below the spiritual ocean realm, the life spirit of the 20th sky was already the limit of a warrior. Among all the known methods, there was no way for a warrior to awaken a life spirit above the 20th sky when they were below the spiritual ocean realm. Is this true? How did you know this news? Ouyang Duan's dangerous eyes stared at this person as he asked. In the top 10 of the Dragon of Phoenix rankings, although he was ranked 2nd, there were still 3 people who were his greatest enemies. There was naturally no need to talk about Dong Xinyi, who was ranked 1st. The other 2 were Fong Xiuling, who was ranked 9th, and Jiang Zhulu, who was ranked 10th. If these 2 hadn't met him and Dong Xinyi in the first battle of the top 10 of the Dragon of Phoenix rankings and been eliminated in advance, with the methods of these 2, they definitely had the ability to make it to the top 3. And now, Fong Xiuling had actually awakened a spirit light 1,000-leaf willow of the 21st sky. This was a very big threat to him. This time, he had gone out to train because he wanted to find a way to defeat Dong Xinyi. He had experienced many life and death battles, explored many secret realms, and killed many people who should and should not be killed. He had only just awakened a life spirit of the 20th sky. He didn't think that this Fong Xiuling, who had never shown himself, had actually used some unknown method to awaken a life spirit of the 21st sky. Third young master, this matter is absolutely true. For some reason, the 3 brothers of the Fong family started fighting in an empty space in the inner sanctum. I saw it clearly from the side. During the fight, Fong Xiuling summoned his spirit light 1,000-leaf willow. Also, Fong Xiuwu, who is ranked 7th on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings, also went from having 13 life spirits to 18. There's no need to talk about Fong Xiuwu. He was trash, who couldn't even last 10 moves against the third young master. What? It's like you can last 10 moves against the third young master. I don't think you can even last 1 move against the third young master. You're right. It's my honor to be defeated by the third young master in 1 move. The third young master wouldn't be willing to fight with someone like you. As the people behind him were making a ruckus, Ouyang Duan was thinking about what that person had just said. A year had passed. He didn't know how much Dong Xinyi had grown, but he was definitely an enemy. Feng Xiuling had awakened a spirit-light thousand-leaf willow of the 21st sky, so he was an existence that couldn't be ignored. As for Jiang Zhilu, who had fought him to a draw. Chapter 179. In the first arena of the Dragon and Phoenix rankings competition, Tang Ao was panting as he looked at the pale young man opposite him. Even Tang Ao had to admit that his opponent was not only powerful, but he was also very handsome. This person could be considered the most handsome person Tang Ao had seen since he entered the Seven Kills sect. This person was clearly a man, but he had a handsome face, creamy skin, red lips, and white teeth. He looked gentle, beautiful, and worried. In the past, almost all the spectators of the Dragon and Phoenix rankings competition were male disciples. Even if there were female disciples, there were only a few. But for this battle, the female disciples who came to watch surrounded the arena in 3 layers. Even the trees around the arena were filled with female disciples. Senior Brother Hua Zipping, we love you. Senior Brother Hua Zipping, we support you. Senior Brother Hua Zipping, defeat him in 1 move. Just as Tang Ao was about to make a move, he was startled by the sudden shouts. These female disciples, who usually didn't show their teeth when they smiled and didn't show their shoes when they walked, were now cheering for the person in front of them. However, what Tang Ao did not expect was yet to come. After these female disciples finished cheering, a series of shouts came from behind them. Junior Brother Tang Ao, beat him up for me. Public enemy of the inner sect. This battle concerns your reputation as the public enemy of the inner sect. You cannot lose. Tang Ao felt a headache when he heard this. How did this become a battle that concerned his reputation as the public enemy of the inner sect? It seemed that being the public enemy of the inner sect was a rare honor to them. However, Tang Ao thought about it and felt that it made sense. A few days ago, he had hugged Luo Tsai in front of everyone. He had offended all the male disciples of the inner sect. If he were to beat up this pretty boy today, he would offend all the female disciples as well. At that time, he would be the public enemy of the inner sect in name only, and he would not bring shame to his reputation as the public enemy of the inner sect. However, Hua Zipping was not easy to deal with. Just now, Hua Zipping had tested the waters with his opponent for 49 rounds. Although he did not use his full strength, the other party still looked calm and composed. Junior Brother Tang Ao, when you win, use your famous technique. That's right, boss. Treat him like how you treated me. Let him know what cruelty is. One of the last 2 sentences was shouted by Lu Yi, and the other was naturally shouted by Wang Lin. Hearing everyone's shouts, Hua Zipping smiled softly. Little Brother Tang Ao, I didn't expect you to have so many supporters. Ever since I entered the Dragon and Phoenix rankings, you're the first person to be on par with me in terms of popularity. It would have been better if Hua Zipping didn't speak, but once he did, Tang Ao almost vomited. If that voice came from the mouth of a woman, it would naturally be extremely comfortable, but this voice came from the mouth of a man. It was a bit disgusting. When Hua Zipping's fangirls heard Hua Zipping say that Tang Ao was the first opponent to be on par with him in terms of popularity, they immediately shouted even louder. Senior Brother Hua Zipping, you can do it. Beat him in the next 10 rounds. Nonsense. How could our Hua use 10 rounds to deal with this kind of trash? At most, he will only need 3 moves to beat the crap out of him. When a girl heard the girl next to her say this, she let out a cry. Hua, you can do it. Train hard for 48 hours every day and finish him in 1 move. After hearing the girl's words, Tang Ao was shocked. There are only 24 hours in a day, but this effeminate gigolo in front of him could actually cultivate for 48 hours a day. After pondering for a bit, Tang Ao realized that this person's physique was special. 1 day of cultivation was equivalent to 4 days of cultivation for others. Thinking about this, Tang Ao became serious. Seeing Tang Ao's serious expression, Hua Zipping said, Little Brother Tang Ao, the arena has been going on for so long. Why haven't you attacked yet? Do you want him to attack first? Hearing Hua Zipping's words, Tang Ao felt nauseous and almost vomited. Why hasn't junior brother Tang Ao made a move? You don't know this, right? The inner disciple's public enemy is preparing for his ultimate move. Ultimate skill? What ultimate move? Although he had achieved great achievements at a young age, he had become the public enemy of the inner sect in one fell swoop. But he hadn't even been in the inner sect for half a year, right? What kind of unique skills could it have? Who told you that it's impossible to learn unique skills if you've only entered the inner sect for a short period of time? Don't you remember that senior brother Dong Xuanya beat up senior brother Hua Zifen, who was ranked second on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings? On the first day, he entered the inner court? How can they be mentioned in the same breath? Senior brother Dong Xuanya has the profound cold Dao physique, which is rarely seen in 10,000 years. He's only comparable to the legendary Hidden Jade physique. It's only normal for senior brother Dong Xuanya to have such ability. While the audience was debating, Hua Zipping also spoke up. Little brother Tang Ao, just admit defeat. Although I'm very gentle, I won't be gentle later. As soon as Hua Zipping finished speaking, a deafening cheer erupted from below the stage. Hua is the most handsome. Senior brother Hua Zipping, hurry up and defeat him. Senior brother Hua Zipping, I want to bear your children. Hua, I want to bear your children too. Senior brother Hua Zipping, we will always support you. Hua Zipping, what kind of trash is this? Scram. This sentence was spoken by a male disciple. However, before he could finish speaking, he was beaten up by a group of frenzied female disciples. Although the public enemy of the inner sect has some tricks up his sleeve, this battle is still a little uncertain. That's right. Although I hate Hua Zipping, he is still an expert ranked 11th on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. Moreover, Tang Ao is only ranked 20th on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. Now you know how powerful our Hua is. Senior brother Hua Zipping will definitely beat him up so badly that he won't even have the chance to admit defeat. Hearing the chaotic cheers below the stage, Tang Ao felt very vexed. Martial artists sparred with each other to verify their martial Dao. It could be said to be a very meaningful and sacred matter. In such a sparring session, the sweat and effort you put into your daily cultivation would be displayed vividly and vividly. While Tang Ao felt vexed, Hua Zipping felt extremely comfortable. It was so comfortable that it reached the bottom of his heart and bones. He liked to see these people go crazy for him and cheer for him. He liked to see the male disciples below the stage looking at him with envy, jealousy, and helplessness. He really enjoyed all of this. Hence, he didn't make a move because he wanted to enjoy it a little longer. From the start, he didn't care about the Tang Ao in front of him. From Tang Ao's point of view, he had been testing the waters with his attacks. In fact, only Hua Zipping knew that it was just a beautiful performance. Chapter 180. Tang Ao, are you really not willing to admit defeat? Hua Zipping looked at Tang Ao elegantly as a cruel look flashed across his eyes. Just as Tang Ao was feeling nauseous, he heard Hua Zipping suddenly say such a thing. Tang Ao looked at Hua Zipping with a strange expression. Is this kid really that confident? I only used 30% of my strength, and you flew into the sky. As Tang Ao was thinking about the exchange just now, Hua Zipping was also thinking to himself, I only used 70% of my strength in the exchange just now. In a moment, I will erupt with 100% of my strength and let this kid know what despair is. Perhaps he doesn't know when despair will come. If I use my full strength, this kid probably won't live. On an ancient tree next to Tang Ao's arena, Luo Tsai and the Fong family's 3 brothers sat on a thick branch and watched the fight between Tang Ao and Hua Zipping. Fong Shu laughed out loud. This battle is really interesting. 2 fellows who deserve a beating are fighting on the same stage. Good, very good. Brother, who do you think is stronger? Fong Xiuling asked with some interest, unlike Fong Xiuwu, who was gloating. Fong Xiuwen thought for a moment and said, these two are about the same. Fong Xiuling's thoughts were always very different from ordinary people's. After Fong Xiuwen finished speaking, he asked again, Who is 250G and who is 250G? Sigh, although it's quite annoying to see Hua zipping, I have to admit that this kid has some skills. That brat named Tang Ao might have to stay in the arena forever. Fang Shouwu sighed as he looked at the purple Chinese rose life soul floating behind Hua zipping. A year ago, Hua zipping was his opponent in the top 20 of the Dragon and Phoenix rankings. Therefore, he naturally knew that the purple Chinese rose floating behind Hua zipping was constantly releasing pollen that was hard to detect. This pollen would be absorbed into a warrior's body when they absorbed the heaven and earth spiritual power. Once the pollen accumulated in the body to a certain extent, Hua zipping could make the person's body explode instantly, turning them into a pile of rotten meat. Therefore, if one met Hua zipping in the battle, they had to use all means to end the battle quickly. Otherwise, they would have to admit defeat. Otherwise, he would not be far from death. In the battles of the Dragon and Phoenix rankings, disciples were not allowed to take the initiative to kill their opponents. However, some unexpected situations would occur every single time. Therefore, there would always be people who would pay a heavy price in the Dragon and Phoenix rankings every year. At this time, Tang Ao and Hua zipping had been in a stalemate for a long time on the stage. It was likely that Tang Ao's body would soon explode from the accumulated pollen. Even if Tang Ao admitted defeat now, Hua zipping would detonate the pollen in his body the moment he admitted defeat, which would still cause irreparable damage to him. Seeing Fang Shouwu shake his head and sigh, Luo Tsai was a little anxious. Senior brother Fang Shouwen, you fought with Hua zipping before. How confident are Tang Ao in defeating him? Fang Shouwu smiled bitterly. Did Tang Ao have the confidence to defeat Hua zipping? If Tang Ao could survive, it would be good enough. However, Fang Shouwu did not say this out loud. Instead, he told the three of them about Hua zipping's methods. Luo Tsai's eyes turned cold. In that case, Tang Ao will definitely die. As she spoke, Luo Tsai wanted to stop this battle. According to Fang Shouwu's words just now, Tang Ao was already in an extremely disadvantageous situation. After a while, his life would be in danger. Luo Tsai had just moved when Fang Shouling hurriedly stopped her. Sister Tsai, don't be anxious. If Hua zipping really wants to detonate the purple carrot rose's pollen later, I will use the spirit light thousand leaves willow to suppress him. Yes, junior sister Tsai. According to the rules of the Dragon and Phoenix rankings arena, once both parties enter the arena, other people are not allowed to interfere with the battle using any means. Otherwise, they will be punished according to the 7 kills sex-heavy crimes. In a while, third brother should be careful when he makes his move. Just try your best to save Tang Ao at the end. Do not interfere with the outcome of the battle. After Fang Shouwen finished speaking, Luo Tsai wanted to go down again, but Fang Shouling stopped her again. Sister Tsai, don't worry. I will definitely use the spirit light thousand leaves willow to suppress the purple carrot rose's pollen in time. On the other side of arena number 1, Ouyang Duan and Ouyang Chilian stood side by side. Looking at Hua zipping and Tang Ao on the arena, Ouyang Chilian almost sneered. Third brother, looks like I don't have to make a move. That Tang Ao is dead for sure. Ouyang Chilian looked at the purple carrot rose behind Hua zipping, which was emitting an evil purple light continuously, and said with a complicated expression, "Oh, why is that so?" Ouyang Duan was too strong back then, and there were not many people who fought with him. Moreover, he had never fought with Hua zipping before, so he did not really understand Hua zipping's techniques. Third brother, you might not know this, but currently, there are only 2 people who fought with Hua zipping on the Dragon and Phoenix rankings and escaped unscathed. Ouyang Duan's face was full of disdain. Oh, is that so? This Hua zipping's techniques are so powerful? Ouyang Chilian was also quite helpless towards Ouyang Duan. This third brother of his was extremely powerful and scheming. His only flaw was that he was too conceited. Experts more or less had some flaws, but conceit was an extremely fatal flaw for experts. In the previous Dragon and Phoenix rankings, only Feng Xiuwu, who was ranked 7th, was able to escape unscathed. Didn't you say that there were 2 people just now? Ouyang Duan asked doubtfully. After that, Ouyang Duan recalled something. That's right, you've also fought with Hua Zipping, and you're standing here unscathed. I believe that the other person who escaped unscathed must be you? Ouyang Qilian's cold expression gradually turned cold. If the other person was me, I wouldn't have left my left arm on the arena. Oh? Then who was the other person who escaped unscathed? In the previous Dragon and Phoenix rankings, Ouyang Duan had left the sect after being defeated by Dong Xinyi. Hence, he was completely unaware of what had happened after that. As for why Ouyang Qilian did not have a left arm, he only found out today. But as for what the reason was, he did not ask too much. He understood this younger brother of his very well. If he did not want to tell you something, no matter how much you asked, he would not tell you. If he wanted to tell you something, no matter how much you did not want to know, you had to listen. Even if you did not want to listen, he had a way to make you listen properly. At this moment, Ouyang Duan, who was very disdainful towards Hua Zipping, had already regained his spirit. He could not wait for Ouyang Qilian to quickly tell him about the other person who had escaped unscathed from Hua Zipping's hands. Although Ouyang Duan understood that he had found Ouyang Qilian's weakness, he was still very interested in this matter. The other person who escaped unscathed was Dong Xinyi. What? Hearing the name Dong Xinyi, Ouyang Duan was shocked. From Ouyang Duan's perspective, the only person in the Dragon and Phoenix rankings who was worthy of being Dong Xinyi's opponent was himself. He did not expect that Dong Xinyi had actually fought with Hua Zipping. What happened after that? What was the result? No matter how strong Hua Zipping was, he was naturally not Dong Xinyi's opponent. After all, even Hua Zipping's big brother, Hua Ziffin, was defeated by Dong Xinyi. Chapter 181. Brother Duan, can you recognize the fate soul behind Hua Zipping? Ouyang Qilian asked fearfully as he looked at the purple rose floating behind Hua Zipping. A year ago, he had met Hua Zipping in the finals of the Dragon and Phoenix leaderboard. If he had not decisively sacrificed his left arm, the grass on his grave would have been a meter tall. If I'm not wrong, that should be the purple rose fate soul of the 16th heaven. He looked at the purple rose behind Hua Zipping and the strange pollen that was constantly spewing out from the stamen. Ouyang Duan determined that this was the purple rose fate soul known as the rarest fate soul of the 16th heaven. To Ouyang Duan, a fate soul of the 16th heaven was not rare. This was because he had 3 fate souls of the 16th heaven himself. Furthermore, they were mostly unused. The fate soul he used most often came from the 21st heaven. This fate soul was rather special. He had used many unspeakable methods to obtain it. Therefore, when he found out that Feng Xiuling also had a fate soul from the 21st heaven, Ouyang Duan was more surprised than anyone else. After all, he had used the soul offering array as a foundation and sacrificed 36 of his own clan members to temporarily increase his soul power. Only then did he barely reach the 20th heaven. Furthermore, after reaching the 21st heaven, he had no choice but to grab a fate soul at random. Brother Tang Ao, do you have any last words? In the first arena, a cruel look flashed across Hua Zipping's eyes. At this moment, the purple rose fate soul's pollen had covered the entire first arena. If he wanted to, he could take Tang Ao's life at any time. Wow, Hua is so handsome. Hua's purple rose fate soul is ready. It's hard for him not to lose now. Hua, stop talking nonsense with him. Defeat him in one move. As Hua Zipping's diehard fans, it could be said that these female disciples understood Hua Zipping's methods the best in the entire inner sect of the 7 Kills sect. Therefore, when they saw the sparkling light purple pollen covering the entire stage, they knew that Hua Zipping had already won. In the previous Dragon and Phoenix leaderboard, Hua Zipping fought a total of 10 battles. Only 3 people walked out of the arena alive. The rest of them remained in the arena forever. During the competition, Hua Zipping had given them countless chances to surrender. However, these 7 people had insisted on seeking their own deaths, so they deserved to die. At least that was what the female disciples thought. Although the male disciples were jealous and envious of Hua Zipping, they did not know much about Hua Zipping's methods. Senior Brother Lin, what is that purple thing on the stage? I haven't seen it either, but the spiritual power fluctuations on it are very weak. It shouldn't be a powerful technique. Something's not right. Did Senior Brother Zhao see anything? Did you notice that the purple pollen is mixed with the spiritual energy of the world, mixing with the spiritual energy of heaven and earth? In other words, this disciple didn't continue speaking, for a terrible thought had occurred to him. The spiritual power between heaven and earth could be absorbed and refined by martial artists, but the pollen that Hua Zipping's purple rose life spirit spewed out could mix with spiritual power. In other words, as long as a martial artist absorbed the surrounding spiritual power during a battle, they would absorb the pollen into their body. And if this pollen was poisonous, it could be used to poison an opposing martial artist to death. Thinking of this, all the inner disciples looked at a white-clothed, pale-faced youth. Senior Brother Lu, is this pollen poisonous? Lu Shuifeng flicked out a silver needle. It flew around the edge of the arena before returning to Lu Shuifeng's hand. Lu Shuifeng shook his head. Junior Brother Hua Zipping's pollen is not poisonous. At least, the pollen that covered the arena is not poisonous. Looking at the pollen on the silver needle, Lu Shuifeng felt very strange. Born in a medical family, Lu Shuifeng could naturally tell that the pollen on the silver needle was real pollen. However, this pollen wasn't from a Chinese rose, but from a spirit plant called southern stargrass. Lu Shuifeng was surprised. According to the Lu family's medical records, southern stargrass should have been extinct 1,000 years ago. Even in the Lu family's storage, there was only a broken specimen. But at this moment, the arena was filled with southern stargrass pollen. With this pollen, who knew how many more southern stargrass could be cultivated? In the arena, Tang Ao felt uncomfortable listening to Hua Zipping's words. Ever since the arena was covered in this strange purple pollen, Hua Zipping seemed to have him in his grasp and kept provoking him. Although he didn't know what Hua Zipping was doing, his 7-kill slaughter art was already at its peak. After cultivating for so long, Tang Ao realized that the 7-kill slaughter art was incomplete. Based on his experience as a demon from his previous life, he could already confirm that there was a problem with the 7-kill slaughter art. Although there was a problem, Tang Ao was certain that the 7-kill slaughter art was a powerful technique. In his previous life, he had fought countless life and death battles with various experts. He had some understanding of all kinds of strange life souls. Although the violet rose life soul was known as the rarest life soul in the 16th firmament, Tang Ao had seen it more than once in his previous life. In fact, Tang Ao had killed more than one warrior with the violet rose life soul. At this moment, there was a faint flame burning in Tang Ao's meridians. Once Hua Zipping's pollen entered Tang Ao's meridians, it would instantly be burned into nothingness by the layer of flames. Junior Brother Tang Ao, I'll give you one last chance. It's not too late to admit defeat now. Although Hua Zipping said that he had no intention of letting Tang Ao off, the moment Tang Ao admitted defeat, he would pretend that he couldn't suppress the life soul and accidentally kill Tang Ao. There were many people who had seen this move of his, but there were only a few who had personally experienced it and survived. To a warrior, the more mysterious their martial skill life soul was, the better it was for fewer people to know about it. Therefore, Hua Zipping had no intention of letting Tang Ao leave the arena alive. Others might not be able to see through Hua Zipping's plan, but Tang Ao was very clear about it. None of the people who had the violet rose life soul that he had fought with did not think the same way. But now they were all dead. In Hua Zipping's eyes, Tang Ao saw a bloodthirsty and cruel expression. Such a gaze was not something an ordinary person could have. A person with such a gaze must have had an astronomical amount of blood on his hands. When Tang Ao carefully sensed it, he discovered that each grain of pollen that covered the entire arena contained a trace of a remnant soul. You're tuning into the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.